cool that that happened last time you played D&D or another role-playing game. Something cool that another player did last time we played, if you can remember it. If you can't remember, that's okay. If I think of the other thing, I'll say that. Let's start with you.
Oh, okay. Well, strictly speaking, this happened last week, but I'm going to count it anyway. So we had all that rain, right? And I had a friend in town, and we were visiting someone in the valley. We're coming back down the hill, like on Cahuenga, and there's this enormous pothole that neither of us saw. We actually find out later from the AAA guy that we were the 6th car that guy had serviced. But anyway, so tire goes flat, pull into a gas station, whatever, we're able to, get home on the temporary. But I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna need to replace all my tires, the rim is bent, blah. So I go to a mechanic the next day, and he looks at it and he's like, why do you need all new tires? And I'm like, well, it's flat. And he's like, actually the tire's fine, it's just the rim, like bending, that let it out, which I don't think I could do again if I tried, but I was expecting to spend hundreds of dollars and it ended up being like 50. So that was good.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yes, that was good. And then I had a Call of Cthulhu session yesterday, which Quoth the Keeper, who's like the DM, we just had serendipitously bad rolls, choices, and like the desire to keep going when we probably should have stopped, that led to in-game and 3rd session overall the 2nd really grisly character death, like PC. So to the point where everybody, we were all sort of like, we as characters would be too traumatized to keep going, right? So we added like a month time skip, which doesn't sound great, but it was really fun because it was like, what else is gonna happen? And then it did. The dice choosing violence.
That happens.
Yep.
And character death is much more common in Call of Cthulhu, right?
It's a pretty lethal game. Yeah, but it's not as common as that. Like, it's not a meat grinder per se, but yeah, it's deadly.
That's funny because that's what they call the area right outside of the swamp.
The meat grinder?
The meat grinder.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's where. Oh, sorry.
Back for
Shit,
there.
to next.
Sounds about right.
All right. Well, Timothy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
Hi,
sir.
everybody. Something cool that happened, right before D&D. I went taking a walk right by Jake's house on the Altadena Crest Trail, and I saw a beautiful deer, and it got really close to me.
Aww.
Very tranquil deer that was not threatened by me, that enjoyed some leaves. It had ate quite a bit of foliage. I got to hang out with this deer and meditate with it, kind of, and just be in its tranquil presence. And that was nice. Yeah,
That's super nice.
And last time you played D&D, something another player did, or something really cool that happened?
What do I remember from the last time I played D&D we really liked a lot? I really enjoyed that troll. It was interesting I found it fun to be fighting what I remember as being like high-level monsters, such as a chimera or a troll, or the queen is a fairly high-level magic user. I think there's some pretty challenging stuff going on. So a troll is a pretty challenging, or even little beholder-like creatures. There's some pretty big challenges here. So I thought that was cool.
Well, just remember, the troll was elderly,
Yes.
and the chimera was wounded.
But the troll was also a wise troll.
Yes,
Right?
And his wisdom is
Yeah.
now lost to the world.
that's right. A majestic elderly,
Swamp poison troll.
majestic
Poison
elderly
swamp
venom
troll.
troll is now a bunch of goo melted into the swamp dust.
Look, I'm elderly too, so.
I think
And wise.
I think the other thing I wanted to add in was something that your character is looking forward to. Daphne, do you want to throw that one in? And we'll go back through?
Just one step closer to the final goal. So we'll see. She's looking forward to going. Well, sort of looking forward to going to the temple based on what happens, but we'll see.
What's Lord Hans looking forward to?
Lord Hans is looking forward to rescuing his cousin in Parvus, I believe that was, right?
Yes, on France.
Which also happens to be near some other parties' goals. And Hans is also looking forward to helping his friend's mom not die and curing Hassan of his lycanthropy.
Oh yeah.
And Hans is looking forward to preventing his family from ever getting their hands on Una. And looking forward to finding out what the fuck Daphne is up to.
Yeah.
It's a ET FBI scenario. The government's going for ET to test him.
We'll have like a huge half work in a little bicycle basket.
Hans has made a mental note to not allow, aunt and uncle to get their hand on.
Okay, Julie, you're up.
All right. I'm a little exhausted, but I feel great because I finished this fucking pitching class that I was taking today, and ended up I had to like wait around and then do a 20-minute Zoom with an executive at ABC, and I was so happy because the one thing I wanted, I was like, fuck all of this. I just want to like have a genuine conversation with the guy, and we did, and it was so much fun, and it was so funny, and great. Because I was like, whatever. It was so great. It was so great. And then also, my child has suddenly decided that he wants to learn how to cook, and he's made cheeseburgers for the family, like veggie burger cheeseburgers for the family for the last 2 days, and it's so adorable. I can't even stand it.
Nice.
And in the game, in the one shot, I got to meet your brother
Oh, yeah.
the last time, and he's so funny. And it was really great, and I liked his props and I think the favorite thing I keep remembering is he was a bard, and he did this thing where he did like a damaging note where he would do like a heavy metal note to the guy and be like, meow. And it was fantastic.
Wait, he brought props with him?
He brought props.
He's playing a bard, and he brought a sign to hold up that says cutting words on it
Oh, yeah.
for a reaction.
Yes.
And then he also brought a cardboard lute that looks like a ukulele with a cardboard rapier
That like
stuck in
came
it
out of it.
to like pull out and use. And, his spirit was appreciated.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He raised the bar. The
Yeah,
bard.
yeah.
He raised the bard.
That was definitely something he was trying to incorporate when we were playing before.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
That's
he
funny.
did
Props.
it. He did it.
Props to the props.
Props to the
And
props.
Una is very much was very preoccupied with helping to cure Hassan as well, and very excited at the prospect of going to Parvu, where she's interested in their system of government and learning more about how great that may be or may not be, and just would like to note that Hans has really changed since we first met.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Hans has developed
Growth.
an interest in other people.
Growth that's happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, TK, sir.
Let's see. Our heater stopped working, so that's cool.
Oh, literally.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, highs of like 65 in the house, lows of like 50s.
Oh, God.
But we'll work through it. A good thing that happened is I got offered a new job, so I'll.
Hey.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. Hassan, looking forward to curing himself, curing your mom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cure your
I'm
mom.
gonna cure your mom, bro.
Your mama.
Your mama. She's gonna get so cured. And then not really looking forward to Parvus, but that's where it looks like it's heading. Yeah. Anything else I missed?
You did something that somebody did in another game, or something that happened in the D&D that was fun?
I did like David using the walls and like moving around that way. I like Laura healing everybody, keeping us alive.
Yeah. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
If you're a cleric.
Seriously. Well, some people don't.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if any of us have eaten the roots, but I feel like we should eat the roots.
Now that you guys remember that, that they said they only last a day, suddenly, yeah.
And then the couple was interesting.
Agatha and Gertrude.
Yes.
Cool. Did you hit all the things?
I think so.
Let's see. Last time I played was East Side Heroes. Oh, and I was dungeon mastering, and it was fun. And my favorite thing was that this big giant vampire statue monster that I created picked up someone. Who did it pick up? Who was it?
The dude, Taya
picked up this ranger woman and walked over to a 40-foot pit and dropped her in it. And she took 46 bludgeoning damage. And then Una got teleported into a cloud of gas.
I did.
And was like,
Except it wasn't Una, but yeah.
Yeah.
My other one.
Yeah, they had my boss monsters locked down with Tasha's hideous like they had the boss wizard locked down with hideous laughter, and then the big statue was trying to break the concentration on the person doing that, and kept missing over and over again. So the two bosses were just standing there for turn after turn after turn. But then we finally got to do our thing, Oh, and speaking of which, the other D&D thing is I made up this character I'm really excited to play, if I ever get to play it. I'm not going to tell you anything else because she might show up in the campaign, because why not? Because she's fun. Alright, check-ins.
What about
David didn't get to go.
Oh, thank you guys.
He's in a cell waiting for us.
Yeah, I mean, he dug that whole bunker just so he could do this.
Well, great thing this week is just traveling with my son to Utah, being on this road trip. It's fantastic. We drove all day from St. George to get to Arches National Park on the east side of Utah and did this great hike right before the game and made it to our flat. And I'm excited to be here. Jake, thanks so much for making this work. And last time, what I loved thinking about this session was, I think if I'm remembering right, like Daphne like dancing across like the thorny plants, like everybody else had gotten.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the double crit. Yeah. That was awesome.
Daphne's like ballet, tapping, doing whatever, and just rolling really well, like getting over there. That was great. Just loved it. There's a lot of great things. The ladies, Gertrude and Agatha, and the troll was awesome. But that's one thing that a player did that I loved. Jasper is so humbled and honored that you guys care so much about his mother. We've just known each other like 2-3 weeks, I don't know, and everybody's bonded together, and that's really awesome. And he's really looking forward to taking some steps to help his mom. So that's where his thinking is. And maybe get back in time to do the Muse of the Fire theater competition.
There's a lot of things to do in this world. We're gonna get to all these things. Oh, you just found out that the competition took place while you were killing this troll. I am absolutely just kidding. Don't worry. All right. So you're exploring the parks of the world, and we're glad you're joining us. Sorry, I forgot to point at you. Your TV screen is like just out of my field of vision, and I'm an imperfect human. All right, well, let's get this game rolling, guys.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Blessings.
I like to start out with a sneeze. That's what I always say.
Darn swamp
Every good
bear.
adventure starts out with a sneeze. So, as you remember last time, you met these ladies. They gave you some roots. You almost took their wedding basket, their marriage basket, but you gave it back to them. You went into the swamp. You got attacked by a tree stump. You avoided some poisoned bodies. You waded through some reeds or danced over some roots. You ended up fighting this troll in a large-scale battle to the death while it exploded poison all over you every time you hit it, and it died. Daphne scraped some poison off of it before it dissolved and googly-blooged into the swamp.
As you do.
And Daphne gathered up her poison death roots, and and you all are standing around this 6 foot wide by 6 foot tall gigantic corpse flower. You have a sled that you made. I think the bear was just about to dig up the corpse flower before the battle started, and I think you guys are still all messed up, right? Did you didn't heal up yet?
No.
So you're standing there, you're all messed up and hurt. The troll is no more, but your wounds linger on. There you be.
And Jake, did I imagine, or did you say at the end last time, or maybe you just said it, but not understood, but like a path opened up somewhere?
Yeah.
Like a good path.
That's right. As the troll died, you saw some trees to the northeast part of this clearing wither back and reveal a path heading to the northeast. So you're all standing around, half dead, with a sled near you, a corpse flower near you, and a bunch of mud and gunk. And there ye be.
You're gonna
We
eat two
eat our
good berries, yeah.
I eat my root.
Why don't everybody, whatever you're gonna do for healing, go ahead and do it, and then tell me what your HP is.
14, baby.
So you're
Fully healed.
14, and you got how many spell slots you got left?
I have
Three?
1 second level spell slot left.
Okay. Daphne, how's your HP?
I'm at full, baby.
And spell slots?
I have 3 first level left and 1 second level left.
Okay. And Hassan, how you looking?
We were told that the roots heal you, right?
You were told that the roots could heal you, also that they cure swamp diseases and swamp poisons.
Alright, I'm gonna eat it.
Alright, what is it curing on you? Just your hit points?
Yeah.
What's your hit points now?
I'm at 10 out of 26.
Okay. Do you not have any wild shapes left?
I have 1 wild shape left.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you roll 4d4 like a regular potion?
Oh, sweet.
Maybe I'll just roll to make sure it's effective.
You wanna roll it? Yeah, roll it.
Yeah, it's effective. You're good. What do you got for 4d4?
Oh, alright. 9.
9. All right. So you're at 19 out of 26.
I'm gonna eat 3 good berries. That's 22. I'm gonna cast a good berry spell.
Okay. I long ago gave up on trying to keep track of good berries. They're everywhere.
Just keep coming back.
So are you gonna eat more of them?
Yep. I'm gonna
Alright.
eat till I'm full. I'll have 7 good berries at the end of it.
You got hella good berries, dog. You got 7 left. Jasper, are you at 15 out of 15 right now?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm 15 out of 15, but my real hit point maximum 18. So
Yeah,
I'd
but
like
you got giant rat disease right now.
Right, exactly, yeah. So Jasper's gonna, well, also let me tell you, I have 1 first level spell slot left, and then that's it. So Jasper's gonna eat the root, thinking of.
Okay.
We got these from Agatha.
Why don't you roll a d20 and tell me what you get?
Okay. It's gonna think of those kind ladies. 16.
You turn into an octopus. I'm just kidding. You're good. So you no longer have giant rat disease. So you are at 15 out of 18 now.
Okay, so I'm gonna eat 3 good berries and go back up to 18.
I'm trusting you guys on the amount of good berries. Alright, Hans, you're already at 14.
I got no diseases. I got no poisons, to my knowledge.
Una, I have you down at 6 out of 33.
Okay, that sounds right.
What do your wounds look like? What are you currently looking like? As people look over at Una.
All I remember is I kept going down, and Daphne was like, "Get it back up!" It's going down.
You can do it.
Back up, down. So yeah, I was like, I'm so glad you knew because I got a lot of information here that didn't look good. But it looks like I'm poisoned with 6 HP. That's what I know. Mostly I was getting hit with waves of poison. It wasn't like I was bludgeoned that much. It was the sploosh.
Right.
The guy kept splooshing me.
I can help with that a little bit. I can use my other 2nd level spell to cast protection from poison. Which
I got my root ball.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I can eat my root.
Eat your root ball.
Alright.
So you got your giant rat disease, and are you saying you're poisoned too?
Well, I think I got poisoned from the dude.
The
I don't know. I made a note
damage,
to my
the damage was poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept
Alright,
getting
so you're not poisoned.
Poison.
You just have had poison damage. So you're gonna eat your root to get rid of your disease?
Yes, I'd like to.
Alright, roll a d20.
Alright.
What do you got?
I got 8.
Okay, your root works.
Yay.
So now you're at 6 out of 33. You're not poisoned, you're not diseased.
Okay, I have 5 good berries.
I'll use one of these 1st level spell slots to do cure wounds.
I can just do good berries.
Do you have, I mean, if
I've
they're-
only casted 1 spell today.
Hey!
How many hit points do you need?
Well, let me see. I got 6, 5, 11. I can go up to 33, so I could have 22 more. Don't have that many gas.
Alright.
But I can only go up to 33 because I have something disabled me, right?
No, the disease just went away. So now your cap is back to normal. You're out of 36.
Oh, okay.
So you need more than 22?
I could do, well, if I can go up to 36, then I could do 25.
Alright, you get 25.
Whee!
Does anyone want 2 good berries?
Sure, I'll take 2 good berries.
Alright, you can have the 2 good berries that I have left.
Alright, everybody's seems to be at full health and with their spell slots down, and you're passing around the healing sphere. That's just a metaphor while you're standing in the swamp. Bugs are zipping around. You can tell any moment now the DM might make you make another bug check and see if you catch more diseases.
Dig up that tree.
Yeah,
Dig up that
let's
flower.
grab the flower.
Alright, I'm gonna change it to giant badger to make it easier to dig and start digging around the tree.
Okay.
Badger.
You turn into a giant badger.
Now, are you one of the cute European badgers or one of the, like, scary American ones?
I don't know.
He's the animated badger from the.
Yeah.
Perfect.
As you turn into a badger, you see mushrooms near you.
Sweet.
And a
And
snake.
a completely harmless snake. You walk by and it stops and asks you if you want to have a conversation. So you're currently a badger.
Sweet. I'm gonna start digging around the thing to make it easy to move.
All right. So you're digging around it. That's solid thing to do.
And then I will try to pull it onto the sled and then start dragging the sled, being a large animal.
All right. Let's see. Let's do an athletics check, badger.
Can I help? Can I be like,
Totally.
like trying to help
Totally.
guide the sled and push? You pull up.
Roll
push.
athletics with advantage to pull this thing out of the ground.
Funny enough, giant badgers don't have very strong strength. But I did get a 17.
Okay, so you're definitely pulling hard enough to get this thing out of the ground. Now, are you going to damage the roots as you're yanking this giant thing out?
I mean, I was hoping that
That's
the digging around it was enough to make it so it's completely out of the.
Well, you know, roots go deep. So you're a badger. You're pulling this thing. You see that it's going to come out of the ground, and as you're doing it, you start to see the sort of root system pulling down, and you realize like you see that you might be ripping some roots if you continue. So you can successfully pull it onto the sled.
Cool.
But just want to see if you have any further thoughts before you finish pulling.
Would I be able to tell how well it will survive and whatnot?
That would be a nature check. Have you seen the new druid rules in D&D 1?
I got a crit. No, what's the new druid rules?
They probably need to change. They're pretty nerfed. They nerfed the shit out of wild shape and
No.
a lot of other things.
I'll probably never play D&D 1 to be honest.
E.
I like 5e.
Yeah, I like 5e. I've already spent money on 5e.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'll spend money on anything else at this point.
I'll spend money on everything.
There goes the Hasbro sponsorship.
Yeah. Hasbro, I was really hoping.
I know.
I was really hoping to win a Webby.
Those
So,
Yeah. It's just gonna be. It's gonna be cut. It's gonna
I'll never.
so you rolled a crit on nature, so you
That's right.
see the root system and you're like, oh shit, the best thing to do with this root system is to make little diggy digs and pulley pulls on the roots while Una pulls it, and so you successfully do that, and you get the thing out of the ground, and all the roots are successfully preserved to make it live, and you get it onto your sled.
Sweet.
And there you are, a giant badger standing next to a sled, and 4 people in a swamp.
Alright, I'll start pulling the sled towards that clearing that just happened.
We're going to the northeast and not back to the south.
I mean,
Not
you.
back through
The-
the whole
the
swamp
the
again.
the
Out.
magical exit door.
It's like
I'm gonna.
Sunny with a rainbow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through that one.
All right,
If you want to go through the swamp again, get.
I'll follow you.
Yeah.
Druid's like, this reminds me of a video game. Wait, what's a video game? The boss died and then a thing opened? So, you guys, you start heading to the northeast, and you know it's a long trek, but you make it to the other side of the swamp.
Yay!
Yeah, and as you drag yourselves out of the swamp, I guess I'll do one survival check to make sure that the sled doesn't break. Who wants to be the one survival check?
Can we?
Probably.
Yeah, but can we help each other? Does anyone have?
Yeah, one person with advantage.
Alright.
I don't.
I got a 20, not natural.
Okay, well that seems good enough. So, while you're pulling the sled, you see a giant root just at the last second that would have busted it, but you avoid the root successfully.
Sweet. Don't
And
bust
you-
that root.
Yeah, you make it out. So now you're on smoother ground. You're coming up to sort of a dirt road. It's kind of like a big meadow ahead of you.
And I'm like pouring my water stain on it periodically too, like watering the plant
Oh.
as we go,
yes, and
keeping it moist.
slowly running out of water.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh!
As you pull out into the meadow, looking at the road, you see a raven that looks somewhat familiar, sort of circling and swooping down towards you.
Bonjour!
The raven lands in front of you
Great.
and sort of hops up and down, and you can tell it's the same dude.
Yeah, you were smart to skip this past one. It was quite dirty.
The raven sort of bobs its head and yeah. So it seems happy to see you.
Well, this mushroom isn't getting any, healthier or whatever, shall we continue onwards and go back?
Yes, do you want to stop by Agatha's cabin again to say goodbye?
So you're
Try to take her back again.
you're on the northeast side of the swamp, and the swamp is pretty big. To the east is a lake. You know there's a lake to the east. To the north is the Mussover Manor that is built by their copper mines. To the west is the children's camp. If you're heading back to the city, you would probably skirt around the outside of the swamp from the northeast all the way around the western edge and back down to the south, and then go back the way you came across the dirt and then through the farmland to get to the western gate of the city.
I would say since they need a living corpse flower, I'd want to get this flower to where its destination is as soon as possible.
I say we do just that.
Does anyone know how long our friend will stay at Badger? If I spoke Badger, I could ask him, but I wonder if he will remain in this form long enough for us to get back to the city.
He seems to have just held up one claw.
I will. That could mean 1 hour or 1 day. Let's.
Based on what we have seen before, you know.
It seems like 1 day, perhaps. Is that right?
No,
I think it's 1 hour. It looks
well, his command of his
looks
claws
like
is
a claw
really
down.
impressive.
He's doing.
So one thought I have is, and I don't know how far the Mussover Manor is, but if you know, I mean, we're on good terms with Mussover, but he might be able to give us a cart with horses if we were close enough. I also don't know how long it'll take to get back to the town.
That sounds like an interesting idea, and I think one worth pursuing.
Is the Mussover Manor a lot closer?
It is like half a day away from where you are. Let's see. So it's going to take you a day and a half to get back to the city from where you are. Let's see. You went into the swamp at 6 a.m. and I would say you spent a good while traipsing through it. So maybe it's like 11 a.m. to noon right now. So you'd probably get to Mussover Manor at 4 or 5 p.m. And if it's 4 p.m. right now, what did I say? Noon? If you started heading towards the city, you'd be camping about halfway between the swamp and the city. Or it would be nightfall about halfway between the swamp and the city if you just went directly to the city.
If we got to Mussover Manor and we were able to get a cart and horse, would we make it to the city in 1 day?
You'd get there at 4 or 5 p.m. So you'd be traveling overnight.
Well, we'd probably I'm just saying we'd probably stay there, whatever. But just how long would it take us to get? If we had a cart, how much faster would it?
If you went there and stayed the night and then woke up in the morning and left with the horse and cart and everybody was on the cart and you went at a galloping pace, you could get to the city by nightfall, I think. So roll survival.
With advantage?
No.
Okay. 12.
Okay. You have a rough idea of what your character has a rough idea of what I just said. Not super specific, but rough idea that's how it would be.
We gotta claw up on Mussover from the Badger.
I'd be interested to see the Mussover Manor.
Complicate things. Another idea would be that one or two of us could head up to the manor while the others head toward the city and get a horse and cart and try to overtake. That's probably.
We gotta claw down from the Badger on that one.
That sounds complicated.
It is probably safest to stick together.
I'm excited. It'll be exciting to rest. Are we planning to sleep at the Mussover Manor?
They'd probably put us up, I think.
Oh, got a nice warm bed.
Do you think their beds are made of copper?
Everything in that house is made of copper.
The sheets, copper sheets.
Two Mussover.
All right.
And we'll see.
All right, so you guys have the idea. You guys know from the land that the Mussover Manor is somewhat to the northeast of here. So you start in that direction. Who do you want to be the one who's navigating you towards it?
I mean, we're in nature. I trust the nature guy. But
Yeah, the badger.
I will definitely.
Badger has his super badger senses.
Yeah. Plus, I'm a wanderer as well.
And he's so cute.
So.
All right, so do a and you know or do a survival roll.
With help or without help?
Without.
Can I help?
You've never been here before. You don't know.
14.
Okay. Well, good enough. So you guys are walking, and you're no longer a badger. And
I'll carry it.
I'll help push from behind.
So you're pushing this sled through a meadow, and then it starts to turn into a hard-packed dirt again, and you're walking. And walking, and then it starts to get a little mountainous where you're walking. It feels a little foothilly, craggy, granite-ish, and sharp. You see sharp peaks in the distance, jagged like shark's teeth to the north. Lots of sharp, craggy, no trees on them mountains to the north, and the dirt, the packed dirt starts to become more rocky, and pebbles and chunks of stone as you head in the direction of the castle. I mean the manor. Pretty soon, it's almost like there's a volcanic energy to the place. Not in a huge way, but you see bits of obsidian mixed in with the stones. You see other black rocks and brown rocks. You are on a lightly traveled dirt road, but things are looking different as you get closer to the mountains and get closer to. So everybody roll perception and tell me what you get.
I got a 10.
6.
I also got a 6.
17.
Yeah.
19.
Nice.
Good job.
Okay, Jasper, you see something shiny off the path to the northwest.
Like, can you describe it a little bit? Or
Almost like as if somebody was using a big mirror to reflect the sun in your eyes. You see something shining off the path to the northwest that you see this, Jasper, and the other people don't. As you're heading on the lightly trodden road to the northeast in the direction of the manor, you see off the path to the northwest a light shining in your eyes, almost as if someone was shining a large mirror at you.
everyone, stop for a second. I see something shiny off to the northwest. It's almost as if somebody had a mirror reflecting the sun. It's shining in my eyes. Does anyone else see that? And I point to the direction.
No, don't go over there right now. Stay with us, please.
The raven is really interested in the shiny object now that you pointed it out.
Manuel.
Do we see this shiny object?
Are you all looking at it? Looking in the direction he's pointing?
Yes.
Look, it's there.
As you're all looking in that direction, you all eventually see something shine at you. Something shiny this way, something shiny that way. It be shining.
Does it look like there's something around it, or is it just like a piece of metal?
Might just be copper.
You can't see from where you are.
Jake, does it look like it's terribly far away, like in the distance? Like it would take a while to get to it? Or can we tell?
Looks like it's over the next rise.
Okay.
I think it's just over the next rise.
Let's investigate it.
Like, it'll take
Maybe,
you 10 minutes
I don't
to
wanna
walk
leave
over
the-
there.
Oh, okay. Listen, I think it will only take us maybe 10 minutes to walk over there.
Absolutely.
Uh,
All right.
But
Let's
should
investigate.
we all go with the flower, or maybe if we're on a path, maybe we should keep the cart on the path, and maybe only one or two of us go over to investigate.
Did someone like smell that or something to you? Why don't you want to stay together, Jasper? I know it's rich coming from me, but yes, I know. But
That's it. It's not either, but something definitely smells very awful, and we're kind of carrying it with us.
I mean to shake. I mean it's 10 minutes away. I feel like we can all sort of
Sure.
make that divestment.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys start heading in that direction. You're dragging a big giant sled with an extremely stinky corpse flower on it, and
You know, I just want to make one more pitch. Maybe that if just a couple of us go, I can be very stealthy, and I don't know what it is over there. Maybe it would be worth sneaking up, but it would be hard to do with the giant badger carrying
I'll
the cart.
stay here and guard the flower. I don't want to drag this thing around any further than we need to.
I'm not very stealthy, but maybe my friends can go with you, and if you get into trouble, you can come back.
I'm a little stealthy.
Oh, boy.
You're not a badger anymore.
I am not.
Listen,
a
why don't Hassan and I kind of try to sneak over that ridge and see if we can see it better?
Sure.
All right, if you run into trouble, just start screaming, I guess.
Let me get those 2 good berries back while we go this way.
Damn it.
Hassan, I have 5 good berries left that are probably going to expire soon.
Oh, just give me one. Just give me one of them. Just in case I gotta bring you back.
so who's heading in the northwest? The 10 minutes off to the northwest.
The Parvusians.
Hassan and I
Yeah, the 2
stealth our
berries.
way over there with our Corbett friend flying around, I guess, at a distance.
Yes.
Just you two?
Yeah, we're stealthing.
Okay, so you guys head over there, and this is what you see.
Ooh.
Oh no.
This is for you, David.
Ooh. What is that? Can you turn it just 90 degrees?
Yeah, guys, see his
It's like
little
a-
face.
Here,
It's
let
a
me
snail who.
Oh, yeah, do
let me
it.
use my. So this is gigantic, right? This is the size of many of your minis, and you
That's
see
snail. Oh, wow.
at
That's
the
so cool.
at the edge of a little rock clearing, you see
Oh.
a gigantic snail shell of sorts. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the mini out onto the board here. And you two have snuck over on the other edge of it. And so you guys are, so you guys peek into the clearing, and you see this this creature. It's a massive, gigantic snail, and the shell on the back of the snail is absolutely mesmerizing, iridescent, rainbow-colored, and it's reflecting the sunlight. The sun is shining off the shell of the creature, and this giant snail seems intent on munching away at some rocks that are under its head. It does not notice you two in the back of the clearing, and it's munching away. And also behind the snail, you see a trail of shiny stuff that I guess the snail, you could assume, has left behind it.
Do we know anything? Like, would I know anything about this creature?
I don't think you would know much. You can roll nature to see what you might have heard.
Okay. That's nat 20, so 22.
Oh shit! Well, you've never seen one of these things before, but you've learned a lot about nature, and you've talked to a lot of people, and you've heard about these things being around here, and you realize that this is called a flail snail. You recognize it by all of the giant flail-like antennae that are on its head.
Yeah, the giant flails on all of it.
And the very shiny shell. You see that this is a rather large and imposing specimen of this species. From what you've heard of them being a little smaller than this. You also have heard that they are not violent creatures, and you have heard that their shells are worth lots of money and have magical properties. But from what you've heard, they enjoy eating crystals and minerals. You have heard that their snail trails are actually worth money as well, the stuff that they leave behind them. Yeah.
Do I think they're endangered or should be protected?
That's up to you. You know that they are inherently non-threatening, good creatures that are only interested in eating rocks. That they only fight when provoked. And yeah, your opinion is up to you.
Would I think if I did speak with animals, I'd be able to communicate with it?
Well, I don't know. Out of character, when you speak with animals, do they all just speak common, or do they have different languages? I'm gonna say that you might be able to communicate with it if you speak with animals.
Alright. So yeah, Jesper, it's a flail snail. They're pretty common, I guess, around here, though not this big. You see that gooey, shiny, poopy stuff behind it can actually be collected and is valuable to some people. I could try to talk to it. We can leave it alone.
You guys are you talking in full voice?
No, I'm just whispering to
You're
him.
like 60 feet away. So you're whispering to him.
Yeah.
Well, we could tell the others if they're not threatening. I'm fine either leaving it alone, or if you want to talk to it. I suspect maybe Daphne would want to collect some of this slime if it didn't provoke the creature. But otherwise, I see no reason to. We can just leave it in peace. Maybe it knows something too. You can speak with it. Maybe we can learn something.
If there's something that we want to ask it, I could try to do that. It'll take me 10 minutes to cast the spell. But,
Well, why don't you want to do that, and I'll go tell the others.
Okay, sure. I'll start ritual casting it while you tell the others.
So I will stealthily sneak back to the group, the main party, and when I get back, I'll be like, everyone, there's this enormous, beautiful snail. It's huge, and Hassan knows what it is. He says it's a flail snail, and it has this beautiful iridescent shell, and it has these flails around its head. But Hassan told me that he thinks it's non-threatening. And Daphne, you might be interested. There's some mucusy substance that leaves behind it that Hassan says may have special properties.
Yes, I have
I mean,
heard
it's
about.
possible.
I have heard
to
about this
collect
mucus.
some.
Yes, I am very interested in it,
Oh,
but
well.
I don't want to hurt the snail. You know, I don't
Well,
know how long it
Hassan,
stays
it
around.
says he can speak. Sorry.
No, please.
Hassan says he's going to magically be able to speak with it shortly. Maybe he can even inquire if it would let us collect some of this mucus.
Ask permission, sure.
Well, all right. As a mucus enthusiast, this could be a red letter day.
You will not be laughing so much when you see the gold that it can get you.
I believe in your mucus.
I believe
So-
in your mucus. So are you guys heading back, or what are you doing?
I think we are going to wait for the little guy to talk to the big snail.
Yes, but we'll go though. We're all going over there with him, right?
But then we have to take the mushroom over, and I am a bit tired.
You call it a mushroom?
The corpse.
The corpse flower, yes.
So tell me who's doing what.
Daphne, maybe
No, but yes,
Maybe-
you're right. We should stick together. Let's go.
Yes, mucus.
He's pulling my corpse flower.
Mucus
So-
for all.
So you're dragging the sled, and you guys are all headed over there. You're dragging the sled with a 6 foot wide, 6 foot tall corpse flower across the craggy, mountainy, lumpy, rocky ground for about 10 minutes. You're dragging it with all your might. Let's do a athletics check to make sure nothing weird happens with all this uneven ground that you're dragging across.
Oh God, that's not good. 7.
Oh boy.
Should have kept it in the pot.
One of the runners on the sled breaks, and it tilts over, and it's like this, and so the corpse flower is tilted on the sled, and the sled is stuck in some rocks now.
Oof.
Well,
I'm gonna look around for.
okay.
I don't suppose any of you Moonlight is a carpenter.
So all of you except for him are clustered around the sled, sort of halfway to the snail, right? Is anybody else doing anything that I don't know? And he's over there, Rich, going, oh no, I'm going to talk to the snail. All right, so you guys are standing around the sled. Is anybody continuing forward? Is anybody helping with the sled? What are you guys up to?
I'll try to help with the sled. I'm not sure what I can
Right.
do, but I'll make an effort.
What will you do?
I will pick up the broken off piece. And how was it affixed to the sled in the first place? By
rope,
vines?
Rope and.
Yeah.
You guys are in the mountains now.
Okay.
I'll try to
careful.
re-rope the runner to the sled.
The raven sort of hops behind you to try to hide from this big hawk that just went
Yeah.
overhead.
Yeah, that's fair.
You want to do that? You say?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fasten the runner back onto the sled with some rope.
All right. I'm gonna say roll sleight of hand. see how
I'm going to
dexterous
guide you.
Oh, you're gonna get an extra.
Well, I rolled a 9. I rolled a 20. So
Okay, so you got at least a 21.
yeah.
So you do it. You dexterously
Yes!
Nicely done.
Yaha!
get all
Blibbity
that shit together.
blibbity blabbity blue.
Wow, that is quite impressive.
Lord Hans, you never cease to amaze me.
Whoa.
You
I
do it.
wouldn't have thought you to be such a handy handy guy.
Nimble fingers, my friend. Nimble fingers. Now.
It almost looks like magic to anybody that was watching you do it because you rolled so
Wow.
well.
Ooh.
Yes, well, we all have to learn tricks and prestidigitation, so. Or however you say it.
So I hate the party, but I think this is a lesson that we shouldn't drag this further off the road than we need to. I mean, I'm happy to stay by the corpse flower if anyone else wants to proceed on to see what they can learn from the snail. I don't mind.
I think
Maybe 2 of us can stay behind.
that is the most polite "I told you so" I've ever heard. I think.
Jasper's kind of nonplussed at this point.
Oh, Daphne's actually chuckling. She thinks that's hysterical. But to your point, we probably don't want to move it more than we need to, so I don't know. I'm happy to go over to the snail. I want to kind of see what's going on, but
Okay.
I'm interested in looking at the snail.
Okay, so are you guys dragging the thing the rest of the way, or is one of you staying with it?
I'll stay with the flower.
Okay, so she's staying guarding the flower, and you three are going back up to meet Hassan?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so Hassan is finished casting Detect Animals, just kidding, Speak
Speak
with Animals.
Animals.
There's an animal
There
right in
it
front of you.
Where is it?
And so I imagine you guys are all standing on the right edge of that box top there, if you want to put yourselves out. And the snail has not turned. It has its quote-unquote back to you, and it's just, you hear the sounds of it munching on rocks as it has its back to you. So what are you up to?
I'll approach it slowly, carefully, and introduce myself with Speak with Animals, and see if it understands me.
Okay,
Oh,
so...
yeah.
And Jake,
Mhm.
Jasper is kind of stealthily hiding, like trying to keep out of sight of the snail.
Alright, so you guys are all at the edge of the clearing, and he's heading over to the snail, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you walk up behind the snail, and as you do, you hear the snail go, "Ooh!" As you come up behind it, and it sort of turns its, let me get, it's, as you come up behind the snail, it goes, "Ooh!" and it sort of turns its head slowly to look at you, and you see one of its eyes and its mouth. It's has some rocks tumble out of it and some gravel that it was eating, and it goes, "Ah!" and it looks at you with gravel hanging
So
out
can
of
I
its mouth.
understand it, or do I not understand
Well,
it?
right now it's just making noises at you and looking at you.
Well, if it's trying to communicate, I do understand what it's saying.
I mean, if it
is
was
a face.
if I was eating a cake and I looked at you and went, "Ah!" that would be what I was doing.
Okay.
So it's a snail and it's looking at you.
Okay, I'll be like, hello, Mr. Fails, Mr. and Mrs. Fails.
Let me put it to you this way: despite the fact that you can speak with animals, it's got an int of 3, so it's not like it's gonna turn into a loquacious person all of a sudden.
Well,
So it looks at you with rocks hanging out of its mouth, and what did you say to it?
do you want to know what the spell says?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
So what do you say to it?
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Flailsnail. I am a local druid, just checking in to see how things are going with you.
Yeah, your spell is not going to change who a person is, and I know who this person is. So you just want to check in and see how things are going with him. So he's like, the snail of the snail, which is an all-gendered snail, is like, oh, hello, I am very well, and it goes back to eating a rock.
That is wonderful. Have you seen any interesting monsters or other things in this area?
Monsters, eh? Just you, maybe.
Great.
It starts eating again. and-
Is it cool if we take some of your sludge that you are leaving behind you?
It doesn't respond this time. It's just eating.
Well, if you don't want us to take your snail trail behind you, you let me know.
It lifts one eye at you again, and the big eyeball opens up and sort of rolls at you and said, and then it lifts its head and says, "You want my mucus, eh? Everyone's always after my mucus."
Do you know why? Why do people want your mucus so much?
No, I'll never understand you humans and your mucus loving.
Yeah, I don't get it either, but my friends want some mucus.
People always want my mucus. And starts eating the rocks again. Ooh.
Well, enjoy your rocks. I'll like wave. Do you
Wait,
want to
stop.
grab mucus?
I'm out like a shot. I'm ready to go. Like uncorking as I'm going.
Okay, so the mucus right behind the snail is wet, and then further behind it it's dry, and the dry parts are almost like flagstones, but half transparent, and so they are as heavy as flagstones, and there's like a trail that leads up the hill and over the thing, and so there's some wet mucus behind it, and then a let's say 5 foot wide, long ass trail of half transparent flagstones behind it.
I think she's going to try to collect some of the mucus that has not yet coagulated because it might travel a little better.
Do you want to put it in like vials
Yeah.
or
Yeah, some
beakers
vials,
or
maybe a
something?
canteen.
You want a canteen of mucus?
Yes. Who doesn't?
As I'm just watching Daphne, like, I guess. I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to snap at you about the spell.
It's fine.
So, alright, roll, oh, there's that hockey.
No.
Roll medicine.
26.
Nice.
Okay, so you know that if you gather a canteen of this mucus, that it will harden, and then you'll have like a hard ball of mucus
Right,
with
like
canteen
break it.
around it.
I just don't know how much you can bring with the flagstones. Are there any pieces that are smaller that would be portable? You know?
Some of the pieces are pretty big, but maybe somebody could break it up for you.
Yeah. I might go ask my friend Una if she'd be willing to smash it a little bit. She could even use my hammer if you want.
So, Lord Hans, what are you up to?
I'm just watching her gather mucus. I really am just observing the snail. I'm watching him talk to the snail. I'm just finding it to be a fascinating scene, but I really don't have much to contribute here.
Roll history.
14.
Okay, you remember some stuff that you read about flail snails.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What did I read about flail snails?
Let's see. You remember that they are immune to poison, and their thick shells and the wet mucus that cover their bodies render them immune to fire. Mm-hmm.
Well, Daphne, this creature is immune to poison, and its mucus renders it immune to fire. It acts as a flame retardant. So you may find that the mucus that you collect here could have some anti-poisonous and
Indeed.
anti-flame properties. Could be very useful.
Yes, it would be very exciting to be able to create antidotes.
As you shout this across the clearing to Daphne, the flail snail looks up from its food again and looks at you guys and goes, "Ooh."
Yes.
I don't move.
A lot of mucus-loving friends you have here, eh?
Yep.
Oh.
That's what they like.
Lord Hans, you also remember that flail snails reproduce with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They go through complex mating rituals with other flail snails, but they have all of the sex organs themselves, and that they exchange love darts when they reproduce. You remember reading about this in your Tamerwin library?
Yes. By the way, this snail. I'm on to you, snail. I know that you've got a very exciting life. Have you released any love darts lately, my friend?
The flail snail just chomps away at its obsidian stack.
Someday someone will teach you proper biology.
Lord Hans, roll Arcana, please.
Am I learning more about the love darts? Oh, that's going to be good. 26.
So you also remember reading that that the shell of a flail snail could sell for up to 5,000 gold pieces, and that a robe of scintillating colors could be made from a powdered shell, or that you could make up to 3. You could make a spell guard shield from a shell of a flail snail. You remember reading that you could make an elixir of health from the stomach and liver of a flail snail.
Well, Hassan, you say that this creature is this creature is your friend?
Yeah, he's just chilling. He's just eating rocks over here.
All right. This snail is the shell is worth 5,000 gold pieces, and you can make a robe of scintillating colors from it. I think that
Well, he's using his shell.
you should tell the snail that if he ever sees humans again, he needs to flee. People will be looking for that snail to steal his body parts, which are worth a lot of gold.
I don't think he can flee very fast.
Oh man. We need to take the snail with us. Protect him.
I'll tell the snail, like, I tell the snail.
Make another sled.
So, flail snail, my buddy here tells me your shell's really worth a lot to humans, so you gotta be wary of people. And don't let them get too close to you or whatever. Make sure you can defend yourself.
The snail looks up from you, dropping rocks out of his mouth, and says, "That's what these flails are for." And it
Yep.
waves its flails around. I've flattened a few greedy people with these flails.
Nice.
And it sort of thumps one into the ground, and the rocks just break under it.
Oh, that's good.
But you understand, I'm not looking for a fight. I'm looking for rock to eat. Ah.
Sounds great. Well, unless we have anything else, I think we can be on our way.
Yes.
Yep. You can have like a cartoonish visual of like Daphne carrying like a stack of these flagstones, like, you know, a nerd with library books.
So yeah, let's talk about what you get. So do you get wet mucus with a canteen, or what do you do?
I think she's gonna try to get smaller pieces that are dried. But actually, you know what? She would also take some in the canteen. She can also get another canteen.
Okay, so you're gonna get 1 canteen of wet mucus, and then the flagstone pieces that you see are like this big, so they're each one is probably like, you know, carrying 1 is pretty heavy. 3 would be quite a bit. You could have somebody break it up for you, or
Yes,
You
I will ask.
want me to carry one for you?
Would you?
Sure.
Oh, that is very
I will
nice.
carry one for you.
Thank you.
We
we
had a
could share,
conversation. I could
Yeah.
break some up for you and
Yeah.
carry them in my backpack.
it's
Should ask.
the stuff is about 20 pounds per square foot.
Oh, yep,
So,
that's pretty heavy.
You know, D&D specific carrying capacities aside, let's try to imagine how much we could actually carry of these things, and let that dictate how much you decide to take.
I feel like, you know, between breaking it up in 3 people, it makes sense, I feel like, to get maybe from 2? 1.5?
2 20-pound things,
I mean, yeah, we could do that. That's easy. Between 3.
and so you're gonna break them up and spread them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, you know, we can ask Hans and Jesper if they
Sure.
would like some too.
I'll carry a bit
Yes,
of
I
flail
can-
snail
I
mucus.
can help, you know, broker or whatever, but they will be handy to have.
Okay, so you get 40 pounds worth of dried mucus. Yum yum yum.
So 8 pounds of your scent.
The wind continues to whip across the mountainous landscape, as your corpse flower dries in the wind.
All right, let's move on to the
Everybody give a little bit of water to the corpse flower.
Smooth over.
Yeah, do a survival check on the flower, please.
20.
20?
Yep.
You feel like it's got about 24 hours left before it starts to die. Before it's dead.
Alright. Is there anything I think I can do to prolong it?
If it were submerged in water, like floating in water, or if it were planted in soil, that would stop it from having issues.
Alright. Well, let's try to get there as soon as possible so we can either put it in water or in soil.
Okay. Alright.
The raven swoops down and grabs a pebble of the broken stuff and starts flying around with
See,
it.
he knows.
Yeah. You like shiny.
Yeah.
Very discerning bird.
So what's next?
To the Mustover house.
To the
Head
Musovers,
to the
yes.
musovers.
Too sweet.
All right, so you guys keep dragging your thing to the northeast. You walking down this road. There's an 80s song that's playing in your mind right now,
Sweet.
and
Is it a lonely road or?
It's walking up that hill.
Alright.
So you're headed towards the manor, and finally you see it in the distance. And just as you imagined, you see columns of copper along the front of the building. It has a plantation style aesthetic, where there's a big long porch that has pillars on it, and there's that hawk again. There's this big long porch that has pillars on it, but all of the pillars are either copper or copper plated. But yeah, there's a lot of white painted on it. You expect to see someone in a rocking chair drinking lemonade as you pull up, but the atmosphere is still mountainous. And
They really like copper here, huh?
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They are gonna talk your ear off.
The mines in East Parvuse that my clansmen work on, what did we mine?
saltpeter.
Saltpeter. Oh, yeah, right. That makes sense.
Saltpeter, the special ingredient needed for gunpowder.
Una wonders if she needs to tell Hans to steel himself if Mustover's hot daughter is there.
Oh yes, I would have known of the Musovers.
You know,
Hot dog.
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. Yeah, she lives in the city with Daniel, and that's like a day and a half away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's in the noble house.
But you might bring it up with him.
Yeah. You ever met this family before? Have you met this family?
I've had a few dealings with the Musovers, a little bit. I mostly grew up within the Tamerlane compound, but yes, we did occasionally have some social interactions with the other noble houses. I remember that they're, very commercially oriented people with their mining concern. They seem to be very passionate about copper armor, which is strange, as it's a much softer metal.
I wouldn't say that when we go there.
Yes. Of course, I'd be diplomatic with them, but I don't have a great deal of experience with them. I do remember they do have, of course, their, the rumors of their, the belle of the city, Aaliyah Mustover. But I don't think I've ever seen her.
And am I right that Mustover was the one who facilitated the Council of the Blooded, who was kind of the person who led the meeting, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think he's quite highly of us, I would hope.
He seemed nice.
I mean, you guys had dinner with him.
He gave me my orb.
gifts.
Well, that was them two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had dinner. She got the orb from him. He was the speaker. He was the head of the Council of the Blooded at the time. He was the speaker when you gave your presentation. So you guys also talked to him during the banquet, the ball, and so Mussover is very on your side, but Daniel also seems to want to be king, and he seems to think that you guys are allies in that matter. In Julie, in Una and Daphne's dinner with them, you all met Alia Mussover, who has Arya Stark vibes. If Arya was like 2021, has a little bit of tomboyish vibes. She likes shooting guns and technology, and she likes dueling a lot. And you all remember that from when you talked to her. You also met this really old uncle guy who was like coughing, and he was one of the Mussovers, and there's a whole other table full of Mussovers down there. And of course, I can pull up all their names if you have a keen memory that you remember everyone introducing themselves. But yeah, you're getting close to this place.
Well, and you know,
That's good.
I'm trusting that that you feel that they'll give us a horse and cart. They're close enough to us, right? I mean, they seem like they're. I hope they've communicated with their home base, the
Well,
events in the city, but I
I
assume they
feel-
must have.
Yes, Jasper?
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of like heroes of the realm. We help save the kingdom, and I would imagine they've gotten word of this in the time that has passed. And we are just asking for a pretty, not an exorbitant favor.
Yeah.
Just to.
I would agree. I mean, we're here. We've made it. We've committed to the choice, and well, I don't think, I think
Yeah.
that's flower will look.
And I can never say enough good things about copper. I think it's a beautiful metal, and it has a great future.
Great.
So,
I'll let you all do the talking, but maybe don't mention the fact that I'm a cursed individual.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
we're
I
just
think so.
running an
So,
errand.
but that brings up a good point. Should we? I don't want to deceive them too much, but should we have some sort of cover story for why we need to transport this corpse flower? Or we can just say it's
we
a.
could simply say
matter
urgent matter for the realm.
Yeah.
I think we've earned the right to say that.
Sure.
Yes, and I think the vibe is friendly but non-committal.
So as you're getting closer to this place, this woman pops out, and she's got an eye patch. She looks 50-ish, getting sort of Jane Lynch vibes a little bit. She doesn't have a peg leg, but like you imagine that she would, and
She walks like a peg leg, but
Yeah.
she has a normal leg.
She's spinning fruits
Got
and
a
stuff.
fused cartilage.
And she sees your group approaching from the porch. She's standing on the porch and sees you, and she calls out, "What are y'all doing there? What do you got there? What is that? Who are you?"
Ah, good day, madam. We are friends of your of Lord Daniel Mussover, and he offered the hospitality of his house if our group should ever need it, and we do need it. We're on an urgent matter, urgent errand for the realm, to keep this rare flower alive, to get it back to the city, and we're in need of some aid, of a good place to rest for the night, and perhaps the loan of a horse and cart.
Well, let me take a look at you.
Of course.
And she sort of like waddles over to you, and she's got her eye patch on, so she takes a real close look at you.
Yeah.
Who are you, young man?
I'm Hans of House Tamerwind, Hans Chumley of House Tamerwind. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Well, noble blood, are you?
Yes, indeed.
Pretty good looking there, too.
Oh, thank you for saying so.
Yeah, looking good, fella.
And this is my companion Jasper, a master thespian.
Well, you're looking very athletic there, Mr. Cat.
This is Daphne, an
It's a pleasure to meet.
accomplished healer and chemist.
Mm. Well, I don't know about you.
This is Una, a stout warrior and seaman.
What was that you called her?
She's a.
I think the correct term is sea woman.
Yes, a sailor, stout warrior and sailor,
Yeah. All right.
and of course has some a guardian of nature.
A guardian? You some kind of botanist or something?
I don't know what that means.
You got a lot of botany on your dress there.
Thank you.
It's a nice tiara.
Thank you.
Yeah, the ball isn't until next month though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard here.
Hassan just likes to look his prettiest when he's staying at a house of great distinction.
One of y'all better roll persuasion.
That is going to be a 10.
Yeah, well, maybe you and I can meet later, but y'all aren't coming in here with your big stinky flower and, let me tell you, my name is Sarah Murphy. Okay, I work for the Musovers, and I'm in charge of who's going in and out of this here mansion. And I don't need to, y'all smell like, well, shit.
Now, Sarah, has
That-
Daniil sent word of our deeds to the house?
Now listen here, in the deep north, we are genteel.
Yes, of course.
And the genteel society, we don't allow things like this stench that y'all are sequestered with inside the building.
It does not seem very genteel to refuse hospitality to the heroes of the realm.
But we also don't need to bring the flower
gotta
into
bring the
the.
flower inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there either a close body of water or some nice soil I can plant this tree into, away from your whatevers?
I could
But
smell that
just
thing before
temporary.
I even saw you. You aren't planting that thing anywhere around here. It's disgusting. You want to plant that thing, you better go down the ridge, down where you came from, and then you plant it, and then you come back, I'd say. Now, I admit I'm not very genteel, but that's why I'm a servant. You understand?
Yes,
I'm the head of the servants.
Sarah,
Congratulations.
Maybe
we would ask for.
a word.
Sorry, Jasper, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I absolutely understand. Your job is to protect this wonderful estate and to take care of it for the Mussover family, and I imagine you do a fantastic job at that. So I understand. We are only asking if we can stay here, but we don't have to go inside, and we can stay far away from the building, but we just need a safe place to spend the night, and then we'll be on our way. It would be our way would be much expedited if we could borrow a cart and some horses to help us transport this flower more quickly away from your estate.
Yes.
I think Lord Mussover, I would love to tell him how much help you were to us, and I know that would be something he'd be heartened to hear.
Wow, well, now not only do you want to come inside, you want to take our horses and cart too. That's a lot to ask for. She reaches over and pinches your bicep, Jasper. Yeah, look at that. You're a pretty strong kitty, ain't you? That's a strong cat man. Yep, I like these muscles. Woo! Well, roll persuasion.
So you get a better roll than me.
I got 18. But Jake, you know what that is, because I got
It's a fucking 1.
It's anything between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
There's some benefit to being a bird, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you got an 18. So she says, well, I don't know what you are, and you're pretty good looking, but you smell like trash. So, and I got my eye on you. I see you. You cat man. You got something that'll make you smell better?
Oh, well, I can, a bath would be great. I mean, that would take care of it, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. Come with me. She leads you up away from the group onto the porch.
She can help you take a bath.
Okay.
It's
She's gonna
Sado
give you a
to
bath.
Hans. I'm like, Do you think the Musovers would much miss her?
I think she's gonna give him a bath by licking him clean in the style. Yeah.
I will accompany this fine servant of the Mussover family up on the porch.
I don't know. I'm glad that Jasper's spending some quality time with her.
Now listen here, Cat Man. Tell me your name one more time.
It's Jasper,
Jasper.
the lady.
Jasper, you're a good-looking kid, Jasper. Now, Jasper, here's the thing. If you want to talk to the Musovers, I'll let you talk to the Musovers. But you got to do something to make yourself not smell so bad. You've been covered in mud. You look like you had mud up to your waist. Where you been?
Well, we were on this expedition into the Salsi Puede swamp, and to find this amazing flower, which I agree smells awful. But we were supposed to bring it back to Elenia Toth as quickly as we can before it dies. So that's where we have been. Yeah, we've gotten quite dirty.
Like I said, the people that I work for are genteel folks, so I can't have you going in smelling like that. Can you think of something that fix you up before I bring you in the house? I don't want to lose my job over a pretty face.
Oh, well, thank you. Is there a pond nearby? I'm sure we could all bathe, clean ourselves up in the pond. Or is there an outbuilding with a bath?
Well, this here's the mountains, young man. There's not much in the way of ponds around here. I'll tell you what. You really want some help?
Oh yes. We wouldn't be here if we didn't need it.
All right, roll persuasion, Jasper.
A natural 17 plus 8, 25.
Ooh.
All right. I can't say no to a pretty face. Hang on a moment. Hang on. And she goes inside, and she comes back a minute or two later with a big, tall thing of perfume. And she says, "Now this here is my going out perfume. I can't waste it. I'm going to give it to you, but you owe me a favor. You hear?"
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
And then she spurts perfume all over you. That smells great.
Take it all.
It mixes with your swamp smell enough to almost make kind of a neutral scent there. That's pretty good.
It's a wonderful.
Call you the Swamp Rose. And she gives you a little kiss on the cheek.
Aw. I wink at her.
Oh, well, she likes that. She looks distracted now.
And what was her name again? I'm sorry. Or what was, forgive me, my memory. It's been a rough day. What was her name again?
Oh, now she's insulted.
Oh.
She was turned on for a second, but now you insulted her and she snapped out of it. My name's Sarah Murphy. Don't you listen to a woman? What am I, invisible? Everybody tells me after the age of 25 I become invisible. Well, am I invisible to you, Catman?
Unfortunately not.
I'm so cloudy-headed. No, it's all me. You're
Well.
quite memorable, Sarah Murphy. Don't you worry.
You're gonna have to roll persuasion again. She's offended now. She said her name loud and clear.
Uh-oh, natural one. So 18.
18's an 18 in this situation.
Oh my god.
She's like, well, all right, but like I said, you owe me one, young man. Right this way. And she takes you inside, and she says, you want to speak with the master of this manor, Llewellyn Mussover? You wait right here, and I'll get him for you. So
Right.
she keeps you waiting in the foyer, and you're sitting waiting in the foyer. And you four, what are you up to while he's in there?
I'm looking for a place that we can plant this flower somewhere so
Yeah.
it won't die.
I'll help Hassan look around for some
Is
water.
there any water? Yeah, I can-
All right, let's do a survival roll with advantage.
24.
All right, you find down the road from where you came, you find a spot with some loose gravel, a little bit of, the soil looks a little bit better, and you can sort of get some roots hooked up in there, and So this thing is on life support now.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I'll do that.
but it's like 15-minute walk from the house down the hill.
Well, I'm not planning on leaving it, so I'll stay here.
Okay.
I'm heading back to the Moosover house. Have some good job finding the. Yes,
So he's staying with the flower. You're
Okay.
headed back to the house.
I'm going back to the party.
What are you two doing?
I'm not letting her keep me out. I'm going back and fuming and thinking about what I might be able to do.
Okay, and
I think I'd stay with the flower. I'm very attached to this flower.
okay.
Keeping this flower alive.
So these two are sitting next to the flower, and you two are heading back to the
Yes,
house.
if we end up
It's
if
a
we
really
end up
good
staying
idea.
the night in the house, you guys will be okay camping out here. All right.
Alright, normally
We'll
sleep
find you in the
anyways.
morning, and we'll get the horse and cart. We'll head right back to the city.
Great, sounds wonderful.
So you two are back, and you're sort of on the in the road in front of the porch, in
Yes.
front of the manor.
waiting for the Musovers to receive us in all our muddy glory.
And so you're waiting there.
You don't have prestidigitation, do you?
I do not.
Alright.
Why do you ask?
Because you can
Well-
count yourself off.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know. I suppose it's better that you don't. I would have had to make fun of you for a long time if you did.
Maybe a little gust. Blow everything off everybody.
Mhm.
All right, so back to Jasper. As you're sitting in this waiting room, and it feels very American South. There are carpets. There are sort of 1800s feeling antiques. What is that noise?
Oh, sorry.
There's those wonderful lozenges. You're waiting in this large, beautifully appointed wooden foyer, and as you're standing there, a fellow comes in, and he is wearing a pinstripe macrame suit and a flat hat and carrying a cane, and he's about 50 years old as well, and he comes in and looks at you and says, I say, what you doing in my foyer, sir? Welcome to you, welcome to the Mussover House of the Deep North, but what brings you here, and what are you doing in my foyer?
Well, greetings, sir, and pardon the incursion, but my friends and I were traveling nearby and needed to seek some shelter for the night and also some assistance with a little task that we've been given. We are friends of Lord Mussover. Well, to be honest, my friends and I, and my friends are outside, we helped uncover a plot by the Queen to subvert the realm and bring ruin to the realm. And we assisted the Council of the Blooded and Lord Mussover in uncovering and defeating this plot. But today we are just traveling nearby, carrying something something rather large that we must bring back to Elenia Toth. And we came, seeking some assistance if we could stay the night and be on our way the next day and have some assistance with transporting something, perhaps a couple of horses and a cart that could help us bring this amazing specimen of botany back to Elenia Toth where it is needed. That would be of great assistance.
Roll persuasion.
Sarah Murphy, I believe you're the wonderful and lovely kind of head of the staff here in the house. Sarah was talking to us, and she was going to go and find the master of the house. I assume that's you.
You see her standing nearby, and she kind of blushes when you say that. Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay, well, my high was a 9, so it's 18 again.
Wow. I say, I do declare, here in the deep north, we believe in hospitality, and especially a fine young man such as yourself. Now, I have received a letter from my cousin, Lord Daniel Mussover, in the city, the faraway city where all you city folk dwell. And I have heard of your exploits, so it is an honor, I say, to meet you, sir. And he takes off his hat and does a whole thing, and it's an honor to meet you. Now, I hesitate now. You're asking to stay in our house. How many of you are there?
Well, there's 5 in our party, but I do have to warn you. We've been on a bit of an adventure in the nearby swamp, and you know, without proper baths, I don't know how suitable we would be for staying in your house, and I don't want to impose too much on your hospitality. But if we could freshen ourselves up, perhaps we wouldn't be too much of a nuisance to you. Otherwise, I know some or all of us could stay outside, which I know is a little bit of an unusual arrangement, but none of us would be put out by doing so.
Okay, you're gonna roll for persuasion one more time, and I'm using my special chart, and what you roll is going to dictate what happens on this one roll. I'm all ears, I'm listening to your story, and I hear you want a horse and carriage. You want beds for all your people. Now,
Is it? We
What
can't
is it?
tell.
What is it?
I'm guessing.
what is it?
It was an 18. Natural 18, no bonuses.
So what's it with the bonuses?
26.
Okay, so he said he gives you everything you want.
Yes.
Woo!
Oh,
Everything you want. He says, wonderful, wonderful. Well, heroes such as you deserve anything you want. So, baths for all of you, and baths for all, and beds for all, and, well, I'll even sneak in a gift. I'll give you a gift to thank you for saving our realm. Don't let it ever be told that here in the deep north we don't offer hospitality to our friends and our heroes.
well, bless my tail.
Bless my tail.
Alright, you guys just want to like go to
I'll
bed?
probably
or
ask him.
what do you
I'm
do?
gonna go let. I'm gonna go let our companions know that they can bathe and sleep, and that they're guarding the flower. I'm gonna let them know that it's safe to leave there overnight.
Okay, so Jasper goes out and tells you guys, and then you go down there and tell them.
Yes, you can. I think we can come in and have a bath. You can leave the flower, or not if you like. If you prefer to sleep under the stars, I understand. But
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be busy being petty. So let me know when you're ready.
I'm looking forward to hearing about that.
Okay.
Haslam loves dirt. What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm fine sleeping here.
Yeah, Uno, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go and take a bath and get something to eat, but then go back and sleep by the flower with Hassan.
Okay.
I'm sleeping in the finest threads.
As you should.
Yeah.
All right, so you two, you're coming through. So you three head up, and you head in, and it's big brass bathtubs, steam coming up, heat suffusing the room. All of you are in the same room, so you can
not copper
think about
bathtubs?
how you feel about that. That's what I meant. Yeah, copper. Brass is but an alloy of copper
It's
and
true.
another metal. So
Yeah, tin.
they wanted it to last, so they use it's brass.
There
But
you
whatever when you get into it, they're like, that's made out of copper too.
They don't want it to turn green.
So you got copper ladles to pour the. You got a room full of smoke. You're all in the same room. It just the steam is enough to hide your bodies from each other in the heat, the sweaty heat. So Daphne, what are your plans?
So I think she'll ask during the day if maybe we can have a little tour of the grounds or whatever. She's gonna try to figure out where the servants' quarters are.
Okay. And how are you figuring that out?
Just while if we're walking around, maybe she can clock like where they would reasonably be in a house or whatever.
Sure. Roll investigation.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
Shouldn't be too hard.
okay, hold on. I know everyone wants this to work.
Daphne, I think what you want to do from Downton Abbey is seduce one of the lords or ladies and then have them take you through the service. I remember my Downton Abbey.
Right. Oh, it was a 7. Switch is not great. But.
You can't tell right away. You feel like you're gonna have to ask somebody or something. You're gonna have to do something else.
I mean, she'll spend time looking.
Okay. You spend time looking. Try rolling one more time. Yeah. So you're wandering around the grounds. You're looking. You see like the stables and stuff.
Nope.
You're wandering around behind the building. You see some stables. You see like a big set of outhouses. You see like a root cellar, but you're still not figuring out where the servants stay. Do they stay in the house? Do they have a separate house? You can't figure it out. So far, you're gonna have to think of a different solution or ask someone. We all want you to get this.
Yeah, we do want you.
Laura,
to
Yeah.
I was so tempted to cast Unsettling Birth on that last roll.
Obviously, Jasper doesn't. Yeah. So maybe. Well, what solution do you have?
Yeah, if I'm going to see if I can sort of clock, maybe a chambermaid or something that looks kind of stupid and won't know what I'm doing.
Okay, let's roll insight. You're looking at 3 chambermaids, trying to find the dumbest one.
Ah! I have a +6 and I rolled 11. The dice don't want me to
11 total.
That
Yeah.
is not too
Yeah, you look at 3 chambermaids and they all look
Okay.
similarly dumb. They all
Right.
look dumb.
Yeah.
You can't tell who's the dumbest.
Right. Well, then I may just I will choose one at random. We'll see how I do, and I'll be like, if I wanted to pop down later to thank the staff for their hospitality and their help tonight, where might I go?
She looks at you. Well, we all live in the walls.
Creepy.
That's very creepy. What the fuck?
She's like, I mean, there's a door over there that looks like the wall, but if you push on it, it opens up, and that's how you get in the stairs, and it goes down to the rooms that we sleep in.
I see, very discreet.
I'm gonna go tell all the other maids about what you just asked me.
Great.
I'm
Thank
gonna tell
you.
everybody else that you asked me about that. And
Perfect.
wait for your gift.
Thank you so much.
All right, here I go. Gonna go tell somebody about it.
I mean, there's nothing. I don't have anything that wouldn't be violent. So that's fine. I can work with that.
She's like, she starts to walk away, and then she walks away with purpose, and then she sort of
Ooh.
stops and thinks, and then she starts dusting something.
I'm actually going to ask her to come over to be like, I would really like it to be a surprise, and I'm going to slip her a gold piece and be like, do you think you can keep it between us?
Let's just roll persuasion just for fun.
I don't know. This is.
We'll make it a low DC. Come on.
It's a 2 on the die, so it's 5.
This is
She-
what vengeance gets you.
She looked, you trying to buy me?
Is it working?
You trying to buy me? I need 2 more of these.
Yeah, she'll do it. She's got it.
You want me to keep my mouth shut?
You
huh?
drive a hard bargain. I respect it.
So she takes 3 gold pieces?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You bought you a servant. she leaves.
Great. Then this evening when, people are at dinner or whatever and I think it's going to be empty, I want to see if I can find, I'll go in there, see if I can find what I think is the nicest one that, maybe a head of staff might stay in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, if I find it, I want to take my medallion of Tactilius that I have and hide it somewhere in there, like under a pillow or like in a trunk.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
I don't know what she's planning. You clearly do. Let's see. Roll investigation to find a good spot.
No. Okay. Oh, okay. 14.
Okay, yeah, you hide it like in her trunk, under a couple sweaters, kind of thing.
Great. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna do tonight.
And then let's have you roll stealth to see if you make it back out without being seen by anybody else.
12.
Let's see. You make it.
Alright.
As you're heading out, you see an elderly butler sort who does not turn his head in time to see you. So the dice protected you on that one. All right.
Yep.
So hot baths,
Ah.
fancy dinner, fancy bedtime, fancy sleep. Unless anyone wants to do any other fun stuff. All right. You go to sleep. You wake up. You got your spell slots. You got your stuff. You got your HP. It's 6 a.m. unless anybody wants to sleep later or wake earlier. And Llewellyn Mussover greets you in the hallway outside of your rooms, and this time he's accompanied by a very beautiful lady who you would, if it were not in this world, you would think that she had some work done, but she just has she has the vibe of having some work done and of having a lot of work done, and she's like, oh, I do declare to have heroes such as these within our walls is such an honor. My name is Tanya Mussover. Welcome.
Whoa,
Is that hail?
that's water.
Probably
Really
rain.
rain.
And she looks like she wants you to like kiss her finger. She just does this for a minute.
For a full minute.
She's doing this. And then she's kind of surprised.
I'm gonna.
Point at
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
who are you pointing at?
I think. I don't know what. If you're the only one
These two
here.
are sleeping down there. So
Yeah,
it's
we're
you
not
three.
there.
Oh, it's
It's
just
you
us. Oh.
It's you
Then
three.
I'm like,
yeah.
Han should know to do that. So we're like.
He's too busy reading
I
about a
guess-
spell or something.
Well, okay, so maybe
Yes.
Jasper, yeah.
Jasper comes forward and says, "Oh, it's our honor." And kisses her finger with a flourish.
She smiles, and you see way in the back corner is Sarah Murphy looks jealous looks jealous when you do that. You can almost see like smoke going out of her ears. She's mad.
And I give a little wink over to Sarah Murphy with that, while concealing it from Tanya.
And Sarah gives you a look like you're gonna have to earn this trust. So Tanya is just, she's vibrating from your kiss, and she's like, we don't get many travelers around these parts. It's lovely to make your acquaintance, and so athletic.
So athletic.
What kind of work do you do, young man?
Well, I'm in the theater actually. I'm a player on the stage, and I'd like to become more prominent and appear in plays. But more recently, I've become a bit of an adventurer.
Don't be modest, Jasper. He is a hero.
Oh my. So you're saying you're very good at performance, are you?
Well,
You
that's
performer?
what people tell me.
Oh yes, Jasper's quite the performer.
Oh my. Oh
Incredible
my.
stamina on the stage, incredible power.
She takes out a fan and starts fanning herself. Oh my. I'd love to
Jasper's
see you
tail is-
perform sometime.
Jasper's tail's kind of flickering.
As she's doing this, Sarah Murphy looks really angry. But and the husband kind of looks askance at his wife and says, I say, very good. Well, I think it's time we sent them on their way. Yes. The carriage and the horses are ready for you downstairs. I've got the servants bringing you a platter of assorted pastries for you to take on your journey. It's been an honor to have you. And he sort of like steps in front of Tanya a little bit. And he's like, and thank you. Thank you for your hospitality, for our hospitality.
Well, we are in a debt of gratitude to you and to the entire Muscover family. And we are eternally grateful for your assistance. This has been a tremendous help. Thank you very much. You and your excellent staff have given us a night that we, in such hospitality that we will not soon forget.
And we appreciate the continued support of House Mussover in all affairs of the realm.
Yes, we'll be sure to tell Daniel Mussover, Lord Mussover, of the great favor you have bestowed upon us.
Well, my cousin's name is Dan. Not Daniel.
Dan.
But I will forget this misspeaking of yours just as
I believe that is how it is pronounced in Parvus.
Ah, well, I do not mean to come across as culturally obtuse. Our family is forever in your debt for saving the realm, and of course, hear from my cousin Daniel that your family, your group is forever in our debt as well. So we'll see you on the rise to power. Have a beautiful trip back to the city.
As he starts to leave and folks start to dissipate, I'm gonna approach him and be like, I don't want to cause a scene, but when I woke up this morning, you can tell I am a cleric, a devout of a god, and my medallion was missing from my room, and I think I saw the woman with the eye patch, kind of staring at it yesterday. So if it turns up, if you can let me know, that would be really wonderful.
Okay, let's roll stealth to see if she hears you from the back of the hall where she's standing. Oh God, she rolled well.
Okay.
Tell me
I mean, I was imagining that, we would be alone, but that's fine. She can hear it. It's fine because.
Roll stealth. Let's see what she hears.
15.
Okay. So she hears you, and she doesn't hear you. She sees you talking to him. She clocks it, and she hears eye patch, and she's like, She heads over there, and she's like, well, what's going on over here?
She sees you talking to him, but she has no idea how far away you are.
What?
She has an eye patch.
That's no depth perception. So you told him that you saw
that
the
my
lady with the eye patch
medallion is
creeping around?
missing. I saw her looking at it yesterday. So I don't want to cause a scene, but if you find it.
All right. So let's roll deception.
Okay. Can I guide myself?
You
can do it.
Not on this one.
Okay. 13.
Okay. He buys it, and he buys it to some extent. He's a little suspicious. He says, "Well, that's terrible. What do you think we should do to get this back? You saw this. You're accusing my lady servant here."
I accuse no one. I just am observant. But nothing to fear, nothing to hide.
She says, "Well, I haven't been anywhere near her house or room or anything. I haven't been anywhere near there."
Well, then it sounds like you're not a very good head of staff.
Well, she rolled really low on persuasion, and so
she said exactly that. Her house or bed or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So flustered.
So now Llewellyn looks suspiciously at her, and he's like, "Well, I have trusted you for many years, and she's never thieved before, but there's something odd about your behavior today, Sarah." And Sarah's like, I'm a trustworthy individual. I'm a trustworthy individual. And she rolls well on that, but what is his insight? His insight is kind of low, so there's still some static there. And so he decides that they should search her room. They search her room. They find the medallion.
Oh, that is so disappointing.
Man.
She says,
"This is awful, but it rules."
"It's hilarious. I don't know how this got here. How did this get in my room? Did you put this in my room?"
I'll pray for you.
"She put this in my room," she says to Llewellyn.
the treatment again of these heroes of the realm is really, really awful, and you know, I feel like I'm just going to have to talk to Daniel about it also when we see him next.
Am I watching this whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I see if I can suss out what's going on? And remember that I can read lips from having the observant feat, so I can hear what they're saying. What am I rolling?
Well, you watched them talk. You watched them raise their voices.
Yeah, at this point I'm not
and you
being
watched
quiet.
them conduct the search, and you guys are all standing. Unless you went somewhere else, you guys are all standing around. I guess these two have been outside the whole time.
We're just chilling.
We're swapping stories.
You three are standing around watching them search. You three are watching them search the room. You watch them
We're
find it.
singing to the
So
flower.
what do you?
What do I think? So what do I think is good? Like, does anything seem strange to me?
Daphne, did you give him any indication that you were fucking with this woman?
Well, I mean, he saw yesterday that I didn't like her, and she wasn't very polite. So I don't know. That's up to you.
All right, roll
I haven't
insight.
talked to yet, so that's up to you.
Roll insight.
That's a.
I'm gonna say because you know where the DC isn't too high.
That's a 10.
You don't know what's going on. So how does your character feel if it really happened? What does he think? If this was really stolen from her and put her in her room, how would you feel about it?
I think that's a shame and it's unusual, but of course I don't like my companion's medallion, religious medallion being
I
stolen.
would not have said anything were it to be anything else, but you know.
So the woman's like, I didn't steal! I didn't steal! And you're going to have to roll deception one more time.
Okay.
And Jake, can Jasper roll insight just to see if he can suss out what's going on?
Sure, let me find out what this deception roll is first.
It's middling. It's a 12.
Yeah. So Llewellyn is like, well, I say this is all very, very troubling and suspicious. Very troubling and suspicious indeed. Well, we're going to have a talk with Sarah Murphy here once you're gone.
That is all I ask.
But I'm not quite sure what transpired here today. Let's see what he rolls for insight. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have an inspiration?
I don't know because they changed the thing on D&D Beyond, so it doesn't have the checkbox.
I'm going to say that anybody who doesn't have inspiration from last session, you have an inspiration.
Oh well, yes. Then I would have liked to use it on the other one, but
Everybody can refill their inspiration now. So would you like to re-roll your last deception?
I would please.
Okay, but I hope it's not lower.
It might be.
Does anybody want to?
It's a 15.
Okay, good. All right, so let's retcon.
Okay.
He's like, this is outrageous.
Sliding doors.
We have an honorable household and honorable servants. Sarah, we're gonna have a long talk about this. You might have to hit the road.
Oh no, I don't think you need to go that far, but Ms. Murphy, I really do hope that you find your way.
Jake, I rolled a 21 on insight.
All right, so you understand that what she's doing. You can tell what she's up to. Lord Hans, you think that this servant stole this woman's necklace and hid it.
I can't believe it. This is shocking behavior. Shocking.
Can I address, was it Llewellyn over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said, Lord, would it be proper to say Lord Mussover?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Lord Mussover. I have to say it may seem shocking, but I mean, we've all kind of, let none of us be judged by perhaps our worst days. If she served you so well, I think Sarah Murphy has probably given so much to this house over the years, and I have to say she and the rest of the staff provided well for us these past 24 hours. Who knows what transpired or what may have possessed her, but I just would advocate for some empathy for her and grace and a chance to redeem herself and
Well
continue
said.
with her
Well
long
said.
tenure
All right, roll persuasion, Jasper.
I think you should have her flogged. This is unacceptable.
That is very gallant.
Okay, both of you roll persuasion. Both of you roll
What am I
persuasion.
rolling?
Oh, these two, yes.
Jasper and Lord Hans roll persuasion.
Okay, my persuasion was 18.
19.
So Llewellyn looks at you, Jasper, and he says, "Well, I appreciate everything you're saying, but in the deep north, we believe in true hospitality, and we also believe in flogging. So, as your friend has said, she will be flogged. Take her outside for good flogging."
Excellent.
Well,
Daphne, roll a d4.
Jesus. That is not where I thought that was going to go, but sure. A 1.
Okay, and roll a d4 again.
Okay. It's a 1 again.
Okay. Alright. And roll a d10.
Okay. 3.
Interesting.
So she's going to be flogged 113 times.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's see.
Now, as I promised you all a gift, and I think after the horrors that you have experienced at the hands of our staff, that Daphne should be the one to receive it.
That is most kind.
Now, this is a dagger that has been passed down through the northern branch of the Mussover family for many years, and we call it the Fang of the Deep North.
I am honored. Thank
And
you.
he hands it to you, and it has this intricately decorated silver scabbard and a silver handle and a purple sort of agate gem ball on the end of the hilt of the dagger, and it has a curve to it, and it looks very nice.
Pretty.
Very nice.
Yep.
But as they, and I'm gonna say, but please, I do hope that you will show Miss Murphy mercy and perhaps only one lash.
Oh, she's already outside.
All right. All right.
She hears screams.
Find out.
Oh,
Maybe next time she'll be nicer to guests.
So y'all out?
Yep.
All right. So y'all head down. You got your horse and
As-
carriage.
While we're going down, I'm gonna toss this dagger to Jasper and be like, I think you will wear this well, if you want it.
Wait, I'm having a hard time here. Did you
Oh, I'm
also
just saying,
get it?
I'm giving you the dagger if you want it.
I am. Well, first of all, thank you, and Jasper also whispers to you. I hope you're happy with what you did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
I feel like I'm really getting to know you so much better, Daphne. This is very fascinating. Thank you though for the dagger, and of course I still hold you in tremendously high esteem. I can take it, but I also feel like Jasper says, if anyone, we may want to survey the party to see. With all my firearms, I feel like I'm well equipped. But
That's right. So from a meta perspective, I feel like it's this doesn't work as a mount, but it's David and Tim, right, who would benefit from a dagger.
Well, it depends on what the dagger does. I don't think you have a magic
I have
weapon,
no
right?
magic
Oh,
weapon.
do
Yeah,
you
she-
could, even though it's a finesse weapon?
Well,
She could have it in her offhand.
That's true. All right. Yeah, she's
Jasper politely.
Finesse means
didn't
dexterity
mind
or
it.
strength.
yeah,
so
you can do either way.
All right, great. Yes, then.
Saving it for Una.
Yeah.
All right. So so y'all head down and get your horse and carriage.
Mhm.
It's 4 horses and a big carriage.
Wow.
Can you get some buckets of water too?
They're like, here's some canteens for the journey.
Let's go back to the snail
Is
trail.
Sarah Murphy there?
She's behind the house, but you hear some screams.
I was going to slip her a good berry, but I think I know how it looks fire.
And
Yeah,
if you want to go see what's happening behind the house, you can, but maybe we don't want to see that right
Get a
now.
move on.
But you're loading up the carriage, and as you're doing it from behind the house, every once in a while you hear, ah! Yeah, we don't need to go too deep down that road, but
No, please.
that's what's happening behind the house. Flogging. So you guys load up your cart and head away. So you head down to where these two are, and I hope you guys are okay that I didn't ask you what you were doing and cut to you.
No, we were
fine.
singing songs and
Yeah.
telling stories.
So y'all are let's cut to you as you see them coming out of the house and getting the carriage ready. What have you been up to? What are you talking about and stuff?
Probably would have been asking about, like, now that you have your freedom and what you, like, you have a thread of, like, where you came from. Is that something you want to pursue?
I think the last thing I heard about where I came from was that my old captain had some information on the boat, but it did occur to me that although I'm terrified of them, I should probably ask the magic people about my mark, my special mark, and maybe get more information. But I'm curious.
Maybe we can have Hans do it.
Oh, that would be a better idea. That's a good idea.
So I'm gonna do one little retcon thing. We'll see. Roll a d10 or a d20, your choice. Tell me what you get.
On a D10, it's a 6.
Okay. Everything's happening as normal.
Alright.
You did not turn into a were-rat and start mauling her in the middle of the night.
Yay.
Yeah.
So y'all were chatting,
Yeah.
and you see them getting their horses ready, starting to head towards you.
Then I'll start digging out the...
Yeah.
Alright, so y'all get there, you put the thing on the cart, it's all loaded up, you start heading towards the city.
Una, think fast.
What? Look at this. It's so pretty.
Yes, you will wear it well.
Oh, thanks. So anything interesting happened?
Yeah, it was pretty
It's
You
shiny.
Quiet.
wouldn't believe it. One of that servant women stole her medallion.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Fortunately, she was caught and justly flogged.
I don't think she will be doing it again.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
A good flogging.
Stealing isn't a good thing.
No.
No one has disabused Lord Hans of his interpretation of the
A just flogging starts the morning right. Ah,
I guess so.
the air after a flogging just seems cleaner and crisper, doesn't it? Ah.
Alright, let's not get shut down by the powers that be. Let's ride happily away from the southern themed flogging event on the carousel towards the city. So we've got a very stinky flower and some very clean people riding towards the city. You ride southwest around the edge of the swamp, down to the hard-packed dirt, through the farmlands, which are still ruined by the riot that Una caused, and soon you start to near the western wall of the city.
So where are we taking this flower?
Maybe we don't want to stink up the city? What do you all think?
Do
I don't care, but it might
Who do you need to return it to?
to a cleric.
And where's the cleric?
And
And
I say the general area of wherever that cleric.
Who are they a cleric of?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, let's head there. I think we ought to cure your lycanthropy as soon as we can.
Do we want to bring the flower into town?
Will
Because
the
it
cleric
will-
be willing
it will-
to come here?
It will stink up everything. I'm thinking, I could
If-
probably get them to come over
If
here.
they will.
Well,
No.
maybe,
Let's
should we
work for
stop
us.
and take one of the horses and go get them, or
Yeah, maybe.
or go in there
Yeah.
and get them?
That sounds like a good idea.
All right, you guys ready for a break?
Yes.
All right, let's take a break. Put this man on a horse and send him into town. That was what you were thinking about doing.
If that's what he wants to do, I'll support it.
Yeah, just so it doesn't stink up the city. I assume that people would not like this.
So you guys were you all were riding on the carriage through farmland, spread out farms, and some areas that were affected by Una's riot that she caused.
It's a revolution!
Every time.
It's almost like a large village that's spread out, that's surrounding the city. So that's what you've been riding through on your wagon. So what kind of place are you pulling over to separate?
Well, I mean, this is probably fine, right? 'Cause
Right
there's-
outside the city walls, sure.
Yeah,
You're gonna pull up to the city walls.
like
I think
not
so.
not quite to smelling distance of the city wall.
Okay, well it's pretty smelly, so
100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet.
yeah, at least 300 feet
All right.
away.
And there are sense in ball field, whatever.
Yeah, that way we don't get people yelling at us for stinking up everything.
But to be honest, the city's pretty smelly anyway. But
I just wanted to check one thing. David, you said you were having trouble hearing earlier. Is the music coming through really loudly or anything like that?
No, I don't even hear the music, which is fine because I hear the voices. They're good. They're
Okay.
fine.
All right.
No, it was like a momentary thing. I don't know what else.
So did you guys did you decide to send him in on a horse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your travails. Hassan.
I'm
Tell me about your life.
going to that lady.
You ride in the city. You ride to the faction place. You ride to the fake brick factory. You go in. You walk through the people that are working on bricks for fake. You go in the back.
Bricks for fake.
Yeah, fakely working on bricks, and there you find Lahira, who's posted up in her usual antechamber, and what do you say to her?
Hello, Hera. We have the corpse flower right outside the city gates so it doesn't stink up everywhere. I have a horse outside. You want to ride with me to there,
Yeah,
What?
so she says sure. She gets her kit. She gets like a backpack full of stuff. There's like a big bowl and is it like a really big mortar and pestle, and there's a bowl thing and a bunch of stuff, and she's got this whole thing on her back, and she says, do you mind if I wrap my hands around your waist and ride with you out of the city?
or no?
This is such a lascivious session.
why would I mind that? That's normal, right?
Yeah. So so you guys ride back out of the city?
Yeah.
So while you're riding away from the heart, you all are 300 feet away from the city, and I guess you're sitting on the cart and on the carriage, and there are people. It's a pretty bustling area. There are people heading into the city. There are people waiting in line to talk to guards. There's guards over by the gate. There are people walking by. And people start to come over to your carriage, and a few people in a little group. There's some kids, and they all can smell.
I smell dead people.
There's a little kid that says, "I smell dead people." There's a bunch of people standing around, and this one guy with a big red beard is like, "Hey up there, what you got in the cart?"
No, this is the stinking corpse flower.
The stinky corpse flower.
Yes.
Hey,
That's right.
that might be worth some money.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of like casually, like, have my hand around and be like, mitts off.
Well, might have to get my. Oop, you changed something.
Rather classy.
I might have to go get my friends.
You might have to. Yes. You may be wearing the perfume of the stinking corpse yourself soon if you get your friends.
Roll intimidation.
14.
Oh yeah. Southern again.
Right. You gonna threaten me, you thin little slip of a man? Oh, wait, you do look like you know magic. You magic man.
I'm a very impatient wizard, and I don't like to be bothered when I'm trying to investigate components from my experiments.
So he takes off, and
I didn't know you had it in you. No, why am I British now?
Everyone-
Blimey, Governor, what do you think? I'm gonna let him have the flower?
Where's the flower?
Oh,
Hey, follow me!
What the hell is going on?
I didn't know you had it in you.
it's party day.
Everybody can be a chef.
So then a little kid comes up, and the little kid is like, "Hey, what's in the carriage?"
oh, this is the stinking corpse flower, young man.
Oh, can I see it?
Absolutely. Here, take a look.
Oh,
Isn't it beautiful?
oh my God! Look at that! Can I touch it?
No.
Yes, it's very dangerous, little boy.
Are you sure I can't touch it?
No.
I've never seen anything like that.
We're quite sure you can't touch it. Perhaps one day you can go to the botanical garden and see one for yourself.
It will
closer.
melt your hands.
Yes.
Oh my God! Mommy, it's going to melt my hands! Oh! So then he rides up on a horse.
Hello everyone, this is my friend Lahira. She's a druid that can help cure me.
Huh?
Hello.
Just there's a little bit of accent for you.
Hello, love.
Hello!
You live from the Lord Comfortably, are you?
Little touch of flower.
He's got his little
Little
words,
bit of flower!
Poor David.
Just one of the side effects of the corpse flower.
Yeah.
Boy,
I think I've been smelling the fumes too long.
oh, bloody hell. Oh, it's a fucking flower, isn't it? Hey,
In it.
In it.
what it?
In it though.
In it though.
Hi. Yes.
So Lahira says, "Hello, I'm Lahira. Here to help you."
Hello.
This is Daphne, Una, Lord Hans, Jasper. We are the heroes of something Toth or something.
And how long will it take you to create the concoction that's needed to?
Well, let's go somewhere a little bit less bustling. I'm afraid anything might happen here.
Sounds
Um,
good.
Sure.
Lead the way.
It's true, we've had these cockneys harassing us.
Nothing but cockneys on these damn roads.
There's a boy asking us for more porridge.
Where to, Lahira? Where to?
So she leads you a little way north to an area that's nothing but fields, and you realize that at one point you fought some scarecrows and mud mephits not very
yes.
far from here. But there's fewer people walking by this sort of dirtish road, and so she sets up a campfire and she starts boiling and bubbling stuff, and then she gets to work on the plant, and she kind of vivisects it, like taking it apart but not killing it. She opens it up as much as it can possibly be opened without actually killing the plant, and then she asks for y'all's help to lower the large thing into the pot. And do y'all help her?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So she lowers the large thing into the big cauldron that she had strapped to her back, and it starts to bubble and boil, and she's got a few different things that she dashes in there and stuff, and she says, well, it's going to take about an hour for all of this to kick in, and she keeps working while you all are standing
Yes,
around
yes.
watching her.
How do you and Hassan know each other?
We're druids.
she sort of looks at you and then says, yes, we're druids, yes.
Druids working out of the city, huh?
Druids are everywhere.
Interesting.
Yes. Are you interested in the pursuit of good?
Well, I'm interested in the pursuit of neutrality. But since there's so much evil afoot these days, it seems that by perpetrating good, we bring life back into balance, don't you think?
No, I don't. And then she goes back to what she's doing. Totally lost interest in you. By the way, she's very, very attractive when she goes back.
Homeopaths, you know.
Attractive woman. Interesting. Well, and you seem to have quite a way with this herbal medicine.
She's no longer interested in talking to you. Since you mentioned that you're neutral, that you're into neutrality, she's just lost interest in you.
Well, I've shot my shot.
I like that Lord Hans says that out loud.
Don't worry, Lord Hans. There's plenty of fish in the sea. I'm sure you've already come to find that out.
She sort of looks at you like, what is with this guy? And keeps working.
Sometimes you
She
make.
can't believe that you said that out loud.
Only a fish.
Sometimes you make the charisma check, and sometimes you don't. All right. Well, Lord Hans will meditate on his folly.
I mean, if you really want, you can do a persuasion check to try to win her over, but
Yes, I think I will.
Leave her alone.
That is going to be
Try to
23.
bubble the cauldron.
Maybe you play it off as a joke. The neutrality thing.
what were you rolling? Persuasion?
Yeah, 23. I'm persuading her.
Yeah. She looks back at you and she looks like she thinks you're handsome now. She's sort of,
Yes.
and she's kind of like checking you out while she's doing her work.
So, have you anything of interest in the city? Any threats to nature that you've observed lately?
There are a lot of threats to nature. You know, you're very attractive.
Thank you. I feel the same way about myself.
And she's up.
Have you noticed strange creatures and perhaps even inanimate objects being animated by otherworldly forces about? We fought some mephits and animated scarecrows, and not far from this very field a few weeks ago.
Yes. There's a lot going on in the city that needs to be changed. Something has been changing about the creatures of this city.
What do
But from what your friend tells me, you all have done quite a bit to help in that regard.
Yes. What do you think is at the root of all of this?
I don't know. We're studying. Have you all found anything?
Have you heard of a being called Galathakash?
Nope.
I read in the library, and we heard mention of him in our travels, of a being of great evil that works with some sort of other power called the Mistress. It's having some sort of influence on these lands.
You didn't read that, you lived it.
That's true.
With this medallion.
Yeah. Now, I would ask that if you...
You hold up the medallion.
Yeah.
You feel it shock your hand a little bit.
I'll put it back in the
Yes, please, put that infernal thing away. Hans is traumatized by looking at the medallion. Yes, there's a great evil about. And I would ask that if you encounter anything suspect, please, you're in contact with Hassan?
Oh yes.
Please let him know. And if you hear anything especially about Galathakash, remember the name, Galathakash.
Okay. Well, I would say the same to you. If you hear strange things, let me know. Perhaps
Yes.
I can help.
Well, perhaps.
And she
Perhaps
turns
you-
back to her
you
work.
and
Now,
I-
if you please, you are very pretty, but I'm trying to focus.
Perhaps you and I could convene for a beverage at the local tavern another time. We have more time to talk.
Well, I don't like taverns, but maybe in a field.
I'm glad. I would gladly meet you in a field.
Let's roll persuasion one more time. She might like it a little more romantic than that.
23 again.
Oh,
Speaking her
she
language.
blushes a little bit. And then she says, "Please, if I do this
Oh,
wrong,
yes.
your friend will remain
Of course,
cursed forever."
I'll let you work. I'll get out of your hair.
Yeah, now she's rolling with disadvantage on her stuff because she's blushing and you. Oh God, no, she ruined the potion. Gotta get another one. Just kidding. Yeah, she's working away on this potion. She says, "Please, I need a little bit more time.
Yes.
Let me focus." Are you all doing anything?
Daphne's trying to pretend like she's not interested as an allopathic medical person, but she's definitely watching.
Una's
You
just,
watch.
She's doing it, yeah.
Una's just standing slack-jawed watching this exchange with disdain between Hans and Thera. Like,
Does she? Do you?
Jasper,
do you do anything or say anything?
no. But she had said earlier, she was like, when he wanted to roll for persuasion, I was saying, she's like, would you please let this woman focus?
Yeah, you don't want her to mess up.
Yes.
I think I'll give her a couple rolls to not mess up. See if she messes up. Nope, she's good. She's good.
David, what were you saying?
Oh, Jasper is just. Did Jasper see where Daphne put her medallion?
I don't know, do you? I think she just wears it around her neck.
Oh, she wears it around her neck. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, so she finishes this thing, and she says, "I'm ready."
Okay.
And then she leans over and kind of whispers to you, and says, "Now this were-rat disease, this curse that you've had, the antibodies will still stay in your body. So, I've seen this in the past. You know, this is a very strong curse, but it's going to make it so that you can actually wild shape into a were-rat once every 5 days.
What does that mean?
Means you'll be able to turn into a were-rat. You know how you turn into other animals?
But not go murder kill?
Right.
Alright.
The same way you turn into other animals, you'll be able to turn into a were-rat.
Interesting.
Only once every 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit out of you. And then she pours the cauldron of stuff all over your body. And it is the stinkiest thing that you've ever experienced. It's like the essence of poop and rot just oozing over your entire body. And you guys see this as the sunlight is fading. You know, in the sunset, this statue of excrement in front of you, just like death and all types of shit mixed together, as he stands there glistening in the sunset.
He says, this is very uncomfortable.
And the concoction drips into your skin, and at that moment she casts remove curse, and you're healed.
Yay!
But there is, but some antibodies are left behind, and you can now wild shape into that form once every 5 days.
Yay!
Interesting. Okay.
And that form might change at certain levels, or it might go away. Who knows? But right now you have that ability.
Cool.
Yeah! So you are healed, and Lahira says, "Well, I'm glad to be of service. You know,
Yes,
my
thank you
service
very
comes
much.
from the heart,
Yes.
and I'll see you later."
Is there something we should do with this plant?
With what?
The plant?
Well, the plant was consumed by this.
Oh, it's
cauldron.
gone. Okay.
Yeah. She chopped it up, she dissected it, she vivisected it, and then she put it into the thing, and then boiled and bubbled, and then she poured the whole thing over your head.
Oh, okay.
And you were just like this man of shit for a moment.
I think it suits you, husband.
Can I jump in the water, or do I have to keep this crap on me for a while?
No, it like went into your skin, but yeah, now you are pretty stinky. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Well,
might want to wash.
I'm gonna wash myself.
Sounds like a good idea.
This sounds
I guess.
gross.
Okay.
But thank you very much, Lara.
No problem. You find some water and you wash.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You're still a little stinky though.
I'll also rub dirt on it.
All right.
Gotta get my layer of dirt back on.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're looking good. You're smelling about like what you might usually smell like, and you have the essence of unhoused neighbor.
Great.
So what's next?
I will also let the party know that I was informed that I might be able to turn into a were-rat without the negative effects.
Yeah.
So don't be scared if I turn into a were-rat, unless something makes me do something like I did to poor Jasper in the past.
Fascinating.
But otherwise, I should be fine.
What a relief. I'm so glad.
Ah, yes.
Yes, this is wonderful.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. You're all so cool.
The Raven seems happy too.
All right, high five, Raven.
Yeah.
Listen,
Uh-huh.
now that that's taken care of, what time of day is it? Is it
It's night again. It's like
Night again.
the sun is setting.
Should we sleep at the castle?
I
and
think
then go
so.
to-
And at long last, I think. Do you think tomorrow we should go to the temple?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Come
let's
on.
do that.
Sure.
Long overdue.
All right. You guys head to the castle. You sleep, you wake, unless you want to tell me anything.
Just the only thing, if we're doing the movie version and we're montaging what people are doing in the evening, for a while Daphne's sitting in her room by herself playing with the medallion in a reflective way that illustrates maybe Jasper's words hit a little closer to home than she was going to let on.
Oh.
And what exactly did he say that made
Oh,
you feel
just
that way?
like, being, I hope you're happy with yourself and whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and just to be clear, I didn't say I hope you're happy with yourself. I meant more like I hope you're happy with how that turned out.
Well, even that as well, but like the vibe, not, and yeah, if he wouldn't do it in like accusatory, but in like disappointed, so, yeah.
Yeah, she's reflecting on her actions.
I love the new darker Daphne though. Metagame before.
It's not new.
It's not new.
That's the Daphne we've always known.
She was in prison when she joined the game.
We heard she was.
She hangs out with guys that eat crocodile bellies.
That's right. Jasper doesn't know that though.
Well, he only
By
knows a
the way,
little right now. He only knows a little right now. So y'all are in the castle. You can tell me anything you want to do before you go to bed.
I'm just
The only thing on my mind would be if we have a chance to get an update either from, I don't know, if we have any encounters of it, I doubt Mussover would be there, the prince, or forgetting the prince's tutor. At some point it would be good to get an update on what's going on with the council, but this doesn't have to happen today.
Everybody's there. You can go visit them if you want.
Do it.
Lord Hans, everyone else? What do
I'll
you
accompany
think?
you if you'd like to speak to them, yes.
It's been some days. I just wonder how their deliberations are going.
Sure, I'd be happy to join you.
You want us all to come, or?
That's up to you. I'll need a night's rest as well. But a brief chat with the prince and perhaps Daniel Mussover. Let him know about the condition of the servants at his house.
We should. Well, actually, I think maybe we should just pass along good words from.
I think she learned a lesson.
All right.
I wouldn't want anything bad to be reflected on Llewellyn. And
All right.
maybe we should only sing the praises of the hospitality we received.
Fair enough.
I think I'm going to sit this one out. she's gonna go to bed.
So yes, shall we speak to if you, Una and Hassan, if you'd like to join us, please feel free.
And Una, bring your globe, please.
I always have my globe on me.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So who's going to get an update? Give and get updates.
I think
I
all
got
of us except for
Yeah.
Except Daphne.
Okay. And you're going in the evening, and you head to the same small receiving room that the folks had talked to you in before. It is there are pillars around the room. There's a long reflecting pool in the middle. There are various throne-ish type chairs around that people can postulate in. And Daniel Mussover is sitting in the one that's at the head of the room this time. And the prince is sitting in the one in the middle this time. You open the door. There you be.
Jasper, would you care to lead, or shall I?
Lord Hans, I defer to you. You know how to speak with these people.
My lord, my prince, your grace. What news of the realm since we've been gone?
They look up at you and they say, Daniel looks up at you and says, I feel it is perhaps you who might have news for us, for we sit here deliberating on who should be the next monarch and how the city should be run. Many things have transpired, but none of huge import. Now, we have heard that you left the city. What have you all been doing?
Well, we had a problem where one of our companions was cursed, so we had to find an ingredient to cure his curse. There was a bit of a distraction. We were able to visit your family in the north, and we spoke to Llewellyn, who offered us a wonderful hospitality for the evening.
You met Llewellyn.
Yes. We spoke to...
Fine country lord, my cousin.
Yes. We spoke to some of the leadership at the Mage College, and we do have a follow-up task there to speak to the drow on the Mage College board, who might be of interest in the discussion between the Mage College and the Queen that we uncovered.
Now, what is happening between the Mage College and the Queen?
Well, the Queen wanted to defund the Mage College, which made us think that perhaps they knew something was afoot with the Queen, but they were a little evasive with us. The Queen did have an ally in the college leadership, and that was, I believe, Fenrir.
Welrar Muirden.
Welrar Muirden. The drow, who I have been tasked to speak to. We have been able to visit House Tamerwin, and I asked for their assistance in the coming battles against Galathacash and his forces. And as you'd expect, they insist on preserving neutrality, but they will not stand in our way.
Well, remember they also mentioned the reason why the Queen was against them is because she wanted to weaken the...
Yes. The Queen wants to let me reach for my...
She wanted to elevate the drow, right?
Yes, the Queen wants to weaken the magical protections around the continent, and she wants to hobble the powers of the Triarch that the threefold alliance.
So as you all are talking, the prince flourishes his cape and says, "It's wonderful to see you, my loyal subjects. Please, thank you, my bodyguards. Please come stand with me. Come, stand with me. Stand near my chair, please."
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Do you all go stand by the
Absolutely.
chair?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Jasper?
Yes.
You all go stand by the prince's chair. And the prince looks a little bit more resplendent as you go stand near his chair. Wonderful, wonderful, my loyal subjects. Please continue your report. And Daniel looks a little annoyed with him and says, "So you're saying that the Queen wished to weaken the ancient threefold, the barrier?
Correct.
I wonder to what end."
Well, it's probably how all these weird monsters got here, and that portal thing underneath the castle is something.
This is beyond my understanding. Perhaps people from the Mage College should take a look at everything down there, and yes, we'll have to speak with the people from the Mage College. We'll speak with the High Elders. We'll speak with Father Rule. Perhaps I'll ask for Father Rule to come and visit us in the castle. The prince says, yes, I was just going to suggest that. Wonderful.
And then, have you noticed anything unusual about the behavior of House Coughlin lately?
Yeah, you may want to steer clear of that house.
I'm sorry, they're one of the minor houses on the Council of the Blooded. Is something wrong with House Coughlin?
Well,
Yeah, they're rare rats.
They're
Yeah.
rats. They're
They
the
bit me a
whole
bunch
lot
of times.
the entire house is were-rats.
Excuse me?
Well, yes, the entirety of House Coughlin is were-rats.
Do you have proof of this? You've done a lot for the kingdom, and I don't question you per se, but you're saying an entire house of nobles are were-rats.
Correct. Entire house, were-rats.
Do we have any proof?
I bet him.
Well, don't we have the like ledger? Oh, I guess that's not really proof though. It just said like
Yeah,
why,
that's their money
who did
stuff.
this and the money stuff. Yeah.
You know, they seem to be.
Well, at this point, if us seeing it with our own eyes and telling you it isn't enough, then I don't know what to do.
They seem to be sustaining a life in the city without doing too much harm or drawing too much attention to themselves.
You can check on the roof of the place,
Hey.
and there should be a dead rare rat there.
In a little spider pocket.
Yo que sé. Mientras estás hablando, the man from the house, the Anaranjado house, he jumps up and he says, "Oh my God, Dios mío! Son dos were-rats! Tenemos que matarlos immediatamente!" And everyone's like, "Please, we don't understand."
Yeah,
you know?
what's
Like,
this
no,
guy
no.
saying over
He
here?
speaks this language, and he's like, "If they are were-rats, we must kill them now!
It doesn't.
Everyone, kill!"
There's a lot of them though, like a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
them.
yes, you're going to need a measured approach. The
And
entire
if they
house.
bite you a bunch of times, then you start like having issues.
There are at least
And
40
we
or
got the
50
one-
were-rats in the house.
yeah,
Flowers.
there's no more cures, so.
Yeah, it's being handled. There's a plan, but you need to corral them all and set them on fire. I think is what was
Something
discussed,
like that.
but I think it's being.
We'll
worked
figure it
out.
out.
We've got this.
Ah, yes, I will set them on fire. You,
Man.
you all have, you want to, Daniel Musser was like, you wish to handle this family of were-rats?
Wait, do you have another idea? I don't know about this guy.
Well,
Jasper, did you have an idea?
Jasper.
Jasper steps forward and says, well, I think this is a matter of really the law and order of the city, and I would expect the powers that be in the city to handle this situation effectively.
and
Frankly, I kind of mutter to the others, I think we have quite a lot at our table
Me
already.
too.
the Anaranjado guy is like, yes, it is a matter of the noble houses, we will kill the were-rats. And the prince is like, my loyal subject, please, that's not an English accent, whatever. My loyal subject, please, calm yourself. We must make a careful and tactical plan. And Daniel Mussover says, yes, well, a plan indeed, yes. You've said it's a communicable disease, so we must make a plan. I like your idea, Una. You corral them all and set them on fire.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should
Like trap them somewhere.
have a feast for the coffins next week. Tell them that we're elevating them to a major house rather than a minor. We're elevating them in rank. They're having a feast for them.
Will you be serving cheese?
Maybe don't say that part.
Yes, we'll tell them of the various brands of cheese, various types of cheese we'll have. Perhaps that will attract them.
Yes.
Their servants are also were-rats as well.
Oh my. Yes. Well, the whole house of nobles and all the servants.
Yes, it was a lot of them.
And
That's
the,
why we GTFO.
Yeah.
the prince pipes up and says, yes, I was just about to say something very similar. I also have another plan. What if we were to give them another disease that kills them? So if they spread were rats disease to all of them, what if we gave them just a horrible disease that kills them, and they spread that all to each other, and then they'd all die without. That's a wonderful idea, isn't it, my loyal subjects?
What disease is that?
I think that disease could quickly get out of hand. You have to be careful with these biological weapons. We've studied
Yes.
them at House Tamara, and I think that while the prince's idea is indeed a brilliant burst of inspiration, our healers may not have developed the necessary technology to control the disease
The
in a
prince.
safe manner.
The prince.
Surely such developments are just a few years away.
The prince gives you a little look like thank you. He's only 16 years old. He's doing his best. Daniel Mussover is like, and so it is decided. We will invite them to a feast to raise them, and then we will burn. I will tell them to bring all of their servants, because we're going to present them with new uniforms, and then we'll burn them all. And the other nobles are like, oh, very good idea, uniforms, yes, you're so smart, Daniel Mussover. And the Spanish guy is like, antes de que salgan, escucha, okay? I have been trying to tell them for the last... He's Spanish, Jake. He's not Mexican. I have been trying to tell them for the last 2 weeks that we need to go into the catacombs and kill the monsters. Will you help me convince them that we need to send an army to kill the monsters?
I think the Lord of Rocinante is absolutely correct. You must send an army into the catacombs to kill the monsters, and I would suggest that you bring some help from the Mage College as well, since these monsters are magical in nature.
I mean, if they're going, should we go with them?
Yes, perhaps waiting a few days for us to wrap up our remaining errands would be advisable.
Yeah, we might want to get a little bit more information on Galethakash before going in guns blazing to try to fight whatever's in that pit.
So Hector Anaranjado is the person who's been yelling a lot. He's very old. Not very old. He's not very old. 70 is the new 50, okay?
That's right.
Yeah. Look. So he's 71, and he says, no, we do not need to stop and research this monster. We have the killing power. We have many men. We kill monsters. I will take all the men of my house. We will go into the catacombs and we will kill this creature.
Senor,
Should we go with
we have personal vengeance against these monsters, and we want to be there. We need to be there to see these beasts die at our own hands. Will you allow us a few days so that we can join and enact our vengeance with you?
Daniel Mussover breaks in and says, I think the course of action is this. I will be speaking with Fadru about the barrier that people are trying to lower, this magical barrier, and see what is happening there and the effects that could happen on our kingdom. And I will speak with him about the magics that you encountered there and what the best course of action is. If a full-on attack by fiery, passionate steel is the correct answer, then of course, Hector, you're welcome to lead the charge, but it may be smarter for us. It could make things worse. We don't know. So I do agree that it would be nice to have you with us, but I might need to consult for a while
Fair
with
enough.
The members of the Mage College before we make a decision.
And then we're planning to go to the temple tomorrow and see what might be the final piece of the puzzle in the city, which is what does the Temple of Gazul have to do with all of this?
Gazul!
Gazul.
Gazul!
Gazoo.
Wonderful, wonderful. And remind me, you're going there because of there's a hyena mark on a monster down there?
Correct.
And,
Like
and
everything.
not
They-
everything
yes.
down there.
Yeah, it was like
I'm
everywhere.
surprised you haven't gone sooner. It seems like a very
Yeah, there was a
clear connection.
Some other stuff came up.
We're definitely going there like as soon as we can.
Yes, we were attacked by a chimera from the arena, which delayed us, and
Oh,
then
my.
you know
We happened upon the coffins,
Happened
and
upon
they had
the
a
our friend was
problem.
bitten by a were rat, and so we've been struggling with some battles throughout the city.
But right
We're on first thing in the morning.
as soon as
We're
they
going.
open, as
We'll
soon
be
as they
there.
open, we are there.
Yeah.
Smash cut, they're closed.
yeah.
Close
Close
for
for me.
repairs.
Yeah.
A good plan takes a while to prepare, so unless something horrible happens with this Goleta Kosh, I think it's best that, first impressions are everything, and in this case, the first impression should be death. So I say we take our time and we put a plan together. It may take, who knows, a week, 2 weeks, who knows. But we don't go in there until we know we will win. We know what we are facing. And that is, and the prince is like, sort of just like sulking. And then he sees you looking at him, he tries to stop sulking. And then he interrupts and says, "Yes, my counsel as well. Let us wait 2 weeks and talk with the mages, and I'll be there too to talk to the mages, and wonderful idea. Wonderful bodyguards, you have delivered excellent work. My personal bodyguards have served the kingdom well. You reflect so well upon me."
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you, my lord.
Smash.
All right.
Grace.
Let's go to Temple of Gazul
Let's go to
as
sleep.
soon as it's open.
The way opens.
Alright, so you guys done talking to them?
Yes. Good night, my lords.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night. Night. Did you guys go to bed?
Yes, please.
I'm casting good berries.
You guys go to bed.
Bed. Wake up.
Goodberry spell fails.
Damn.
Oh no.
Damn. All my spells don't work.
Hassan wakes up. Hassan, you wake up and you see this little girl with pigtails eating all your good berries.
That's right.
Alright, you guys wake up.
Alright, everyone gets 10 good berries.
How many?
10.
Oh, I love it.
From a meta perspective, is 30 minutes like for you, Jake? Do you want to start going there, or do you want us to like vamp a little bit somewhere else?
If we're doing a hard out at 10, and then we probably do check-ins at like 9:52 or something, or 9:50, we can just get into it and pause.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it. Temple
Yeah.
Gazoo.
Temple, we're going.
Temple Gazoo.
Whee!
Temple of Gazul.
And Tactilius!
And I tell you, thank
Think too fast.
And Tactilius.
Zero is what we'll encounter on the road.
Yeah.
The Chimera. No.
So
Green dragon.
you guys get up in the morning and you just head there, or anything else? You
That's
just go?
right.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
Breakfast.
Let's
Yeah.
get this done.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Go.
Nice coffee, a little yogurt and granola.
Polish.
Okay, you head towards the temple district, and you get there. You guys are there, and you see a raven while you're on the way there, and it's your raven, and you love it, and pretty soon you're standing at the bottom of a place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's like we're there.
You
Yeah.
you guys are
Transported.
totally in a place, and there's some stuff. It's a temple. There's a woman standing in the temple. All right, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm just getting some. Yeah, there we go. All right. The temple is erected on a tall hill. Hundreds of marble steps lead up to the top of the hill. As you stand there contemplating the walk, you see gold litters with silken curtains being led up and down the stairs by muscle-bound men and women who are shirtless, and you can see that some of them are marked with the hyena tattoo.
Ah,
People who are bearing the gold litters. You see at least 8 golden litters going up and down the stairs right now, and you imagine that this happens all day long. But these stairs look enormous. On the stairs, as you're standing there looking up the stairs, an urchin approaches you. Who knows what accent he'll use?
yeah.
Are you headed to this temple for the first time?
Yes, young man.
Be wary, they took everything I own. They told me in exchange for enlightenment. But when I couldn't afford the monthly dues, I was ejected. He's like 22. My wife left me because I spent all our savings and my wages on the dues. Be wary, they'll rob you blind.
It does sound like you have learned from the experience. Would you not consider that enlightenment?
You might break my brain right now. Do you have any spare coin?
No.
How did you make money before?
I was a carpenter.
Why don't you do it
Yeah,
again?
go build some stuff.
I guess I could. It's just I lost my shop trying to pay all of I needed to pay to reach enlightenment. I sold my tools to pay the price.
How much do you need to start a shop?
Oh, I'd say about 300 gold.
That's a lot.
I gotta buy a shop. I gotta buy the tools. I gotta buy an anvil. Gotta get the workers. Gotta pump the bellows.
I need the shell of a flail snail.
Yeah, right. The gods help those who help themselves.
All right, is that how y'all feel then? Do you have any spare coin?
Yeah, I do.
What do you got for me, please?
I'm gonna give him 10 gold pieces.
Hey, I mean,
Oh God, yes! Oh, thank you! Oh, now maybe they'll finally let me back in the temple!
Oh,
And then he runs
idiot.
up the stairs toward the temple.
This is why you do not do these things.
What an idiot.
And he runs up the stairs in front of you. The stairs are white marble with gold inlay, and at the top of the stairs is a jagged black marble building. Circular in front, but with irregular jagged spires and teeth-like shapes jutting towards the sky. All seems to be carved from one solid piece of black marble, which is sprayed with yellow veins like sinuous lightning bolts, golden veins careening all through it. You guys, are you heading up the stairs?
yes.
Yeah, I think maybe before we go, I'll try to give them a little bit of a rundown of the culture. And granted, Daphne's more of a personal practitioner, like not, super knowledgeable about the temple culture, but just enough to be able to tell you, like, it is a little bit of a Venn diagram. They're the followers of Gazul, they're the followers of Dactylius. Many are in the middle. There are those like myself who are more on one side or the other. So just to mind your P's and Q's. Also, these are people who specifically are greedy or ambitious. So the urchin is not wrong. Watch your backs.
Fair enough. Thank you. And do you want to lead the questioning as to what we saw in the catacombs?
I probably should.
All right.
Great.
Who's got the lowest constitution?
I have 13.
10.
Probably you.
10.
6.
Very
they
high.
both- they
10? Alright, the two of you make a constitution save.
I know. This would be me. Go to the stairs.
You got a 13 though.
No, I know, but I mean in real life.
11.
Okay. And Jasper?
16.
No. Well, Jasper, you just prance up these stairs. Lord Hans, you're having some trouble making it up the stairs, and you actually have to sit down
Ah,
for
God.
a minute. And, yeah, you're.
How do people do
Once again,
this?
Lord Hans, the secret is in the knees.
All right.
Hassan will sit next to him and be like, happens to the best of us.
Thank you, Hassan.
As you're sitting there on the stairs, you see that some of the people that are walking up and down the stairs are wearing raven masks or hyena masks, and again golden litters, and there's other people laboring up the stairs. Do you keep going?
Yes.
All right. So you
I'll
guys.
make it.
Huh?
I'll make it.
Yeah, so you're like on your hands and knees, just like, and you guys make it to the top of the white and gold marbled stairs. There are multiple dark archways at the top of the stairs, and yellow gold inlays mark each. They all seem to lead to the same place, an opulent agora-like enclosed courtyard with a marble roof. Black marble columns sprayed through with gold mark this terrace,
and giant silk cushions, as well as couches and chaise lounges, litter this 500 by 500 foot open space. Followers of Gazul, some in hyena masks, others in raven masks, lay about on the cushions, drinking wine, smoking from hookah-looking contraptions. Some are talking, some are praying, and you think you even see some people having sex over in the corner.
Yeah, fascinating.
They're doing something. You notice a trio of people making out with each other, albeit lazily, on an 8 by 8 foot giant pillow.
They got it access.
Mm.
This feels less like a party and more like the laziest, most lethargic, mostly non-sexual orgy you could possibly find. Like everyone is taking a nice warm bath in the same spot. In fact, now that you think of it, you see a large gold bath with elaborate claw feet in another part of the place, and two mostly naked masked followers scrubbing each other's backs, but slowly and lazily.
So tired.
Daphne knows she has to be on her best behavior, but she does think that the followers of Gazul are just kind of assholes. Not impressed. But
Right. Where else should we find the
Hortense?
temple leadership here?
We're looking for
we will
Hortense,
be-
I think.
we did not approach her. She will come to us. But I'm going to see if I can find maybe like an acolyte or something in a raven mask and go up and be like, my friends and I are heroes of the realm. I am one of Tactilius' chosen, and we wish to request an audience with Hortense. Or whatever the honorific is for her. I don't remember her whole name.
Hortense Bancroft.
The High Pontiff.
Yes, with the High Pontiff if she will see us.
Whoa. You're one of the chosen?
Yes.
Are you a member of the temple?
So to speak.
I don't think you're a member of the temple.
Be like, I don't have time for this, and I'm going to do it's a little cantrip I could do. Actually, you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna burn a second level, and do summon my spiritual weapon, which is like that big raven, and like we don't have all day.
So, describe what's happening here?
Well, like, cause she's like, or
Describe
day,
what-
whatever, I don't think you remember, and I'm like, come on, throwing up the big, whatever. We don't have all day.
Whoa.
Go.
Why are things? I'm just gonna mute you till you talk next, David. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
There will be flies that will fly in your mouth if you stay slack-jawed like this.
Whoa. Other people that are around, like on the pillows, like look over to you and they're like, "Hey, oh, what's going on?"
All right.
This is why I am, more of an individual practitioner, not so.
Nothing to see
congregants.
here. Nothing to see here.
Is
Please disperse.
Hortense Bancroft here?
Royal business.
As this is happening, this is causing a disturbance. The people who are trying to whatever are like,
We'll get attention.
What? And you see two muscle-bound, a muscle-bound man and a muscle-bound woman walk up. All around the courtyard, those who are engaged in the languorous abandon are attended by half-dressed muscular men and shapely women, all bearing the mark of Gazul. Some are fanning others with large leaves. Some are heating or carrying water, bringing or carrying food. Some are giving a back massage or even reading a book out loud to one person you see. Now two very large men with big black hyena masks come up and say, "What seems to be the disturbance here?"
We are heroes of the realm. I have proven as well that I am one of Tactilius' chosen, and we wish to request an audience with what did you say again? The High.
Hypothesis.
Yes, the High Pontiff.
Well, you couldn't be one of Tactilius's chosen if you're not a member of this temple.
Do you not see this fucking bird?
And your symbol.
Yep.
Well, the chosen are the members of this temple.
Just go ask her if you please.
Well, I don't know. Roll intimidation.
No,
Daphne.
I don't think that's a good one for
Wait,
you, but that's fine.
But Una wants to stand next to Daphne and like start flexing and staring down the strong guys.
Roll with advantage.
Okay.
What?
You doing a flex off?
She's like,
I like it. Okay. 16.
Okay, and what is your raven doing during this?
I think as like she's getting more irritated, the like wingspan is getting bigger.
Okay. The people look at each other like, whoa. Okay. Alright, hang on. We'll try to help you here. Follow us.
Excellent.
You guys follow them?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so they head you in black marble hallways, golden tapestries, heading through the space, and you end up at this office, also black marble, and inside the office is a long-limbed, lanky old man with long fingers. He's got Egyptian-style eye makeup and a beauty mark drawn on his face. His white hair is tied back beneath a tall black pillbox-type hat that has gold decoration throughout it. He has several gaudy, chunky yellow gold rings on his long, skinny fingers. He's not particularly unattractive, but everything about him is disgusting. So he looks up and says, "What is going on here?"
And I have no idea who this is, right? I don't
know. You do.
Oh.
You know that this is Low Priest Zool.
Okay. And I don't know how you dress. It's not your grace. How do you properly, anybody know?
Father?
Religious?
I know how he would want to be
Fuck.
addressed, but I'm not going to say.
Reverend?
Super bestest.
Let me think for a second.
Hey, Daddy.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't say it. Yeah. He wants to be referred to as Your Excellence, but Your Low Excellence.
Your low excellence.
He's Low Priest Zool, so he wants to be referred to as Your Low Excellence.
Your low excellence.
Yes.
We, as I was saying to these fine folk here that have escorted us, we are heroes of the realm. I am a cleric of Tactilius. We wish to request an audience with the High Pontiff. Is she in? Charming.
The guard people that are behind you are like, Your Low Excellence, this woman was causing a disturbance in the courtyard. She summoned some kind of evil, I don't know what, and she said she was a chosen, but she's not a member of the temple. I don't know, what should we do? And Zool looks at you and looks at them and says, well, we never turn away a potential member of the temple. If you wish to meet with Hortense Bancroft, you need to be a member, I would say. Would you like to become an initiate?
Is that what she would say?
What?
That membership would be required to speak to her?
Well, I might have helped you if I hadn't heard what you were doing in the courtyard. But for someone such as yourself, who thinks the tree owns our temple. I think you need to be an initiate to speak with High Pontiff Bancroft. So, since you're interested in joining our fair temple, tell me what brings you here. Is it ambition, pleasure, wealth, prestige?
I personally fall more into the line of ambition. But, folks have a little column A, little column B.
I see. Well, if you wish to become an initiate, it'll be 500 gold. He sort of spins one of his really big chunky gold rings.
Sharp.
Starts picking his teeth again.
Is Hortense Bancroft here?
High Pontiff Bancroft, you mean? He like coughs something up and
Is
spits
he
it on
like
the floor.
is he alone in like a room? Is this like an antechamber or something or whatever?
He's in his office.
Oh, this is his office.
Yeah, and the two guards are standing in the hallway, and y'all are in his office. So he's got a big black desk that's got a bunch of papers and like gold paperweights and stuff on it, and black marble walls. And he's alone in his office, and the two guards are in the hallway.
Please, sir, we're here on a matter of great importance to the realm. We suspect that the Temple of Gazul is being disparaged and defiled in the city, and we need to speak to High Pontiff Bancroft. It's a matter of gravest importance and greatest secrecy.
Well, everyone's always defiling our temple,
Yes,
saying defiling words.
absolutely, I agree.
If
It's
you don't
horrible.
have haters, you aren't successful. Roll deception.
It's not gonna make it. That's gonna be a 10.
I don't believe what you're saying.
But believe this, if you provoke the ire of the crown, they will come after your coffers first.
Roll intimidation. You guys are welcome to do stuff.
Una's just whispered to Daphne.
Yeah.
Just let me know when you want me to grab
Yeah,
snatch
yeah.
so I'm already passes
I'm
out.
tempted to just push that player. I don't have time for this bullshit. But yeah, 13 intimidation. We'll see what happens.
He's not intimidated because
Okay.
there's two really big guards standing in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, does anybody else want to offer any solutions here? Because right now she's being told that she needs to pay 500 gold.
I
to join
don't
the
think
temple.
those muscles are going to again protect the till if the crown comes after you because the temple is linked to some really bad stuff right now.
Well, the crown and our temple go way back. Hortense sits on the small council of the queen, and
Have you not heard there's new management? The queen is dead.
how does that affect your situation?
Well,
We have the ear of the people in power.
perhaps, Jasper can eloquently suggest another way that we could work this out.
Well, I think Jasper's getting a little out of his depth in this bizarre temple where there's like people having sex and religious people going on. But
Perhaps
give
you
it
can
a
just
try.
suggest something to him to
Oh.
allow us to
Oh, yeah.
get to where we need to go.
You could try. So Jasper, suggest your little excellency. I think it would behoove you greatly and put you in esteem with the High Pontiff if you bring us to the High Pontiff so that we may have a substantive audience with High Pontiff Bancroft and he cast suggestions saying.
Aren't the guards gonna notice that he's casting a spell?
It'll happen.
Well, when you cast suggestion, is it like, let me see. The one downside is clerical people have high wisdom. So,
Yeah.
but anyways.
All right. Well, he's gonna try to make his wisdom save.
Okay.
He failed.
Nice.
So what exactly did you say?
I
No rewording
suggested
allowed.
that
Yeah.
I suggested that the low excellency, it would behoove him and bring him great esteem with the High Pontiff if his low excellency would bring us to the High Pontiff Bancroft so that we may have a substantive audience with the High Pontiff.
Okay.
So basically bring us to the High Pontiff to have an audience.
I wish I had just remembered verbatim what you actually said.
Well,
But
That was very
that
good.
was
That's pretty close, yeah.
okay. So the guy looks at you and his mouth falls open and he says,
You know, you're right. It would help everyone if you talked to High Pontiff Bancroft. Yes.
and behind you the two guards in the hallway are like, did he just cast a spell? Well, what just happened?
So it has a
Go back to your hookah.
it has a verbal component but no movement.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And the
Well-
verbal component is just the thing you were suggesting.
Neither of the guards noticed based on some dice rolls.
Right.
Great.
Right, they were watching you from behind. So the guy says,
All right, and as a token of goodwill, perhaps you'll join my temple. Here's one of my gold rings because you're a very nice young man. Now, right this way. Let's have a meeting with Hortense Bancroft.
yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Nice save, handsome. Nice suggestion.
Perhaps you
No
could
metagaming there. I'm like,
suggest.
there's
So
four other
suggest,
people.
you
Is
suggest.
this really
Well,
gonna do
well,
anything?
I've seen him do suggestions before, so that's
It's good. You made it happen. I'm happy it happened. But yeah, no, I was kind of like, come on, guys. There's four other people. Let's try some shit. So I'm glad that you came up with something. All right, so we are gonna we're gonna do checkouts. So we've got something that you enjoyed about this session today, something you enjoyed that another player did today, and something you're looking forward to for next time. And we'll start over here. And let's try to remember the entire session before for the whole thing. All right, what's up?
I mean, screwing over that lady was pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
So that was pretty hilarious, and I was all for it. Looking forward to next time. Probably leaving the city
Yeah.
would be, I think, what will happen. Where we're going, I'm assuming Parvus, but I don't know. But yeah.
Anything that you enjoyed about the world or the characters or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I like pretty much all the characters. Even though she was a terrible person, or not terrible, but very annoying, and she got to come up as, it was still interesting. And then everybody started turning into Cockney people, which was pretty funny. Lahira's always cool. Having this weird wild shape thing is interesting, and we'll see what shenanigans this happens to do.
All right.
I love the little snail creature, and I love that no one in our party wanted to hurt it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody was gonna hurt it, and it's further evidence of Hans's transformation that he passed up a 5,000 gold piece shell to not kill, and magical properties to not take on a snail. And what else did I say? Yeah, I too am. I feel like I said, I don't think anybody predicted we were going to the Mussover's house, so that felt like I might be projecting, but I imagine you had to do some improvising there, and that was really cool.
Yeah, that
to
was fun.
just feel like, here we go. So that was super fun, and kudos there. And I too am looking forward to getting out of there. And yes, and what would it be different or something else? What was it? I forget. Looking forward to, yeah, getting out of town. Yeah, that would be good.
Getting out of town, getting out of town.
Getting out of town, let's go.
What's up? So something I liked about this session was the general vibe of role playing, and especially like it was a no combat session because we didn't attack the crazy animal with the miniature because Hassan talked to it first, humanizing it. The miniature obviously looks like something evil that wants to eat your face. It's got extremely sharp teeth and its head is made of flails.
But it's so pretty.
So if I came upon it without a druid, I would immediately attack it, thinking that it was going to, I had the jump on it and it was going to attack me. And I loved that it was instead solved with peace and love and humanizing the character, which was played very well. Something that, and I liked that it was a pure roleplay session where nobody was killed or harmed. It was nice. And
Except Sarah.
something that I liked.
That was off camera though. That was off camera.
Something that I liked that was totally unexpected was Daphne sneaking the metal into Sarah's bedroom, which I just completely did not expect, and worked out wonderfully. And especially loved that Hans didn't know what was going on. So. And I liked that his persuasion roll to have her flogged beat Jasper's compassionate persuasion roll. It seems like, how things so often happen in the world.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking forward to staying in town next week and seeing what the fuck is going on with this Temple of Gazul, because I find them already to be highly suspect, and I think that the High Pontiff is absolutely going to have something to do with Galathacash. I'm smelling Galathacash all over this place. And I am excited to get to the bottom of this, so I'm looking forward to the very beginning of the next session when we begin this dialogue with the High Pontiff, Suzanne Bancroft, or whatever, Hortense Bancroft.
Hortense.
That's all I got.
And Bancroft.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Daphne.
Yeah. I also love the flail snail. The mini is so cute.
Yeah.
The vocal choices and the commitment to the bit with the dice. Was
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
impressive.
Especially for like a germophobic person. That was,
That was amazing.
Well, I'm the only one that touches it.
And then, just in terms of things I liked, the imminent goodness of everyone else in the party is so cozy, and I'm interested to see, Hans I feel like is already kind of on that journey, so just to see sort of everybody grow and maybe Daphne get grudgingly pulled back to the side of good. And I'm also looking forward to what's next. It feels like sort of moving into an Act 2, and I have no idea what to expect. But I am excited to get to Parvus and go help Jasper's mom, because that'll be very nice.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe you were messing with the hardened mucus overnight and tried to turn it into something?
Sure. Yes, I was doing that.
Yeah.
Messing with the mucus.
Messing with mucus.
Yeah, she definitely would have been poking at that and poking at the ball root or whatever, because she is interested in not just poisons, but also antidotes.
Oh, and you went to sleep and woke up with the Fang of the Deep North.
Sure did.
And so you now know that it's a magic weapon and that the bearer gains +1 to dexterity saving throws.
Ooh.
Right.
just to your deck save. So if someone fireballs you, or something else that requires a deck save, this dagger, it'll be good to have this dagger. You get +1.
Awesome.
Is it a plus to damage at all, or a hit and damage?
Nope, it's just magic,
Okay.
and it is giving her +1 to dexterity saving throws. David Zaft Pitipata.
So I'll just be repeating a lot of stuff, but I love the Jake. I love the role playing of the snail, and I think I could have watched it for an hour. And in a way, I'm glad I was doing this remotely because I got like close up of your face while you're doing eating rocks, and it was so wonderful. It was great.
Thank you.
And also, I deeply appreciate that you rolled with us going to the Mussover house and improvised that wonderful encounter with all the different people there. That was really great. And Laura, that bit of chaos that you introduced was so amazing. Wonderful, really memorable. And then I also thought, like, this is like, we've all been like so great together, and everybody really cares about each other and bonded, and that's really great. It'll be interesting to maybe start weaving in some kind of tension between the characters too.
Yeah, well, there you go. And I love that Jasper's the one who knows what happened.
Yeah, I do too, and I love, and who knows what we'll do with it or where it'll go, but it's really neat. And there's just that inherent tension given your character's background that everyone else's, or at least everyone else's, I think. So it's great. I'm really like Tim. Now that I'm at the Temple of Kazul and seeing all these weird motherfuckers, just like weird ass people, like I want to spend some time there and see what the High Pontiff is like, and her underlings are like, and it's like just this weird place, like with the twin gods of pleasure and ambition, and all their acolytes, and it'll be really interesting to see all that.
Yay! I really enjoyed all of the different places we went. Like, there were a lot of different scenes today. The snail was fun to play, and then all of the southern people from the deep north was, Greater Elenia represents like both the UK and America. So if we're gonna have like the People's Cove is Louisiana, why shouldn't the deep north be up there where the copper mines are? I'm glad that we tread a line without crossing it in that deep north land, and I'm still a little uncomfortable. And I think all of you should mention this story, tell the story to Schnabel and see how he reacts, because he'll be very uncomfortable. He's always, you remember Schnabel? He's always afraid that he said the wrong thing.
I don't remember Schnabel.
Oh, he's the German dwarf from the Mage College who was talking about the drow.
Oh, yeah.
He was afraid that he was sounding
Not because
He's
it's a
being
drow.
racist.
Yeah.
starting to sweat. Yeah, I'm sure he'll have
Cancel
a
Schnabel. Cancel Schnabel.
He's the easiest person to coerce around. And then we did the poop statue to save you.
Yeah.
And then the Lord's update. I find the Spanish guy really fun, who just like wants to
Let's
kill
go.
and like wants to go take it down. But I like Una's plan to round them all up and burn them. So we'll see what happens next with there. I had a really fun time doing voices today. I love anyone that goes like this.
Yeah.
I always rely on the kindness of strangers. Una, I love that you gave the beggar on the staircase money.
That was so funny.
No.
You gave him too much money.
We have too much money.
10 gold pieces is a lot. He's gonna, like, 1 gold piece, maybe he'll feed his family, but 10 gold
She's
pieces?
rolling now, so for her, so she's like, I don't know.
And now that you've seen the temple, you know why he wants to be there. Yeah, it was really fun getting you into that temple environment, and like when you were trying to tell them what the temple was like on the stairs, I'm like, she's got no idea.
No. I mean, we had talked a little bit about like some being, one more than the other, but yeah.
Yeah, and they're all gonna be fucking when she gets
Alright.
up
Yeah, we didn't have time for it.
And I apologize if things were a little too lascivious today. I knew that the servant was gonna want to hit on everyone. The servant who got her comeuppance, but that theme continued through. So anybody who doesn't have inspiration has inspiration now. Has some. You came up with a great way to get out of that situation with Low Priest Zool. So that was well done and in character because he's seen him do that before. Una, I think you stuck with your character really well when you gave the gold to the person. You're a person who's going to give gold even if it starts riots because you want to help those less fortunate. But you're also continuing to learn something about yourself. You keep learning things and growing, quietly finding out more. And Lord Hans, I loved your complete obliviousness to Daphne's plan, and you guys are talking about how much he's changed, but he did say, "Oh,
Flog her.
misbehaving servant, take her out back and flog her, of course."
Yep.
And also another way Lord Hans has not changed is he went to go join the Children's Rebellion because Fia was seducing him.
Yep.
And he's immediately just like, "Oh, the woman with the cauldron is pretty." So he still has some things to get over, but I love that. And obviously Daphne, that whole situation with screwing that woman over was hilarious. It's too bad it was so difficult to set up.
Sure.
And
The dice weren't with me, but that's
We
okay.
live in the walls.
we had some really
Yeah, I was
big
like, is
laughs
this a
today.
don't talk about Bruno situation? Like what?
Yeah, we had some big laughs today, so that was a lot of fun. And so we'll start out next time talking to the lady, and we'll find out what she's got to offer us. And depending on what comes out of that, it
What's
seems like
Jasper's inspiration point for?
oh god, I keep not seeing him because it's right on the edge of my vision. Your head.
You're trying.
Your Jasper saved a lot of situations with his persuasion, his killer persuasion. Although it was pretty funny that you were getting the lowest you could roll over and over again in trying to get everybody into the mansion. But you definitely made it. You got the highest roll possible on the roll that counted the most, and that allowed people to get in there and do everything. I was really excited that I got to trot out the snail. I bought the snail at session 2.
Wow.
I read all of this stuff about flail snails and everything. I was like, this is so cool because it's a walking moral dilemma. And who knows, you might run into it again.
Yeah.
Right.
But
We almost brought it with us.
I love that you had all the information and you made the decision to leave the flail snail alone. So kudos.
Goodness is cozy. It's nice.
Yeah.
Handsome isn't gonna just attack a random beast.
So Jasper, you talked your way through a lot of situations and you responded well to getting your bicep felt up, which is a plus.
Which, by the way, Jasper has a 9 strength, but he has a high dexterity, so maybe he has like wiry muscles.
Yeah.
He looks good. He's got a high charisma,
He's
so
got
he
the
looks
soccer
good.
build.
Yeah.
So just to make sure I'm preparing everything, anything could happen with the woman, but if nothing happens with the woman and it's just like she's like, oh yeah, whatever, and then it's over, you two are invested in leaving. You guys just want to head out? You want to go to Parboose?
Yeah, I don't really have anything left on the checklist here.
Want to check out Entrance and find out about him and save his mother and there's some other stuff in Parboose too, right?
Yeah. There's that whole other woman, that lady that has an army who can help us.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to see.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen